Right, Oh, well, hello there, and welcome to the Treble Cliff. Let me sing you a little song about someone I know. Me. Born of two races, belonging to none, half halfling, half tiefling, and easy to shun. No parents to speak of on dangerous streets. This poor tiny tiefling had to steal all her treats. Then one afternoon, these fine people, they said, we'll teach her to sing, she'll perform for her bed. Oh, trust the tiny tiefling, she's strange but so cute. Trust the tiny tiefling, not a big scary brute. Hey, trust the tiny tiefling, that's a name I would suit. She entertained every man and lady, playing songs with them on her ukulele. Her reputation grew and grew till along came Erasmide and Bo, damn it. Oh. But on the way to her new patron, Ashen Riders came for taking. Trust was locked up in a cell. These Ashen Riders can go to hell. Oh, wait. Trust finds a way to slip out the door. Nobody'd ever done it before. Right before branding, they were all standing. I'm not giving any of my secrets away. No. Oh, trust the tiny tiefling. She's strange but so cute. Trust the tiny tiefling, not a big scary brute. Hey, trust the tiny tiefling, that's a name I would suit. A name I would suit. You know, there's a bunch of stuff in the middle I missed out on, like I had a best friend named Pick, and he disappeared, and he's probably in the pit, but that's all right. And, you know, they were never very nice to me growing up, but you know, it's fine. And, well, like I said, you don't want to hear that bit. Trust the tiny tiefling, she's so strange but so cute. Trust the tiny tiefling, not a big scary brute. Hey, trust the tiny tiefling, that's a name I would suit. Thank you so much. Tips appreciated, of course, but yeah, have a great night.
Hey, hello everyone.
Hey.
Welcome to MinusOneCHarisma for our D&D Aventide stream. All right, guys, you're in for a treat. We're gonna play a little intro here, and then we're going to do a little recap, and then we're gonna jump into some Aventide.
It all started in the evening. We went to Kerchief's and met up with this mysterious halfling Kaith that befriended or something. Anyway, she met us in the bar and bought us all drinks. Up until that point, I was actually pretty content. I was clean for the first time in forever. I got a new belt and a pouch. Things were actually looking up. But then we all decided to take our freshly washed and clothed selves right back into the sewers. I didn't even get to enjoy being clean a whole day. A whole day. And there we were, trudging right back into the filth. It's bad enough we're in this dirty, dreary city, and I'm really not sure how this sewer is going to help bring my brother back. But Dalladale and Zuna told us to try and meet this boogeyman or bourgeois or whatever he's called, and this seemed like our best option, I guess. So we climbed down into these old caves and walked for what felt like hours before Kaith the halfling literally just up and disappears, right into thin air, with only a cryptic poem written in blood left behind. And it read, "Give the quicksilver, spindle the slip. A dragon's breath we bathe and dip. Caution the grumpy Unbutterfly. Behind the veil of danger is I. An extra tip to keep you whole. Whatever you do, heed my warning. No matter what, do not soothe thy lonely soul." And of course, this should have been our chance to head right back the way we came, but we decided to venture on and navigate this dark space by ourselves. And just like I would have predicted, going into the sewer was one wrong turn after another. First, we found a huge room full of spiderwebs, and we very wisely made the decision to try to go to the other fork in the road instead. But this was steep and damp. So, we lowered Cornelia down into what we can only describe in retrospect as a death pit, and she barely made it out alive. So, back toward the spiders we went. We made a break for it. Rez literally throwing balls of fire, and I'm just lobbing torches as we go. And Trust shoots some sort of thunder wave shock thing out of her horns and just like obliterates a spider. And unfortunately, the staircase that was our only exit out of the room. Thankfully, we had all that rope. So, we shimmied up one by one to safety, nearly getting eaten alive in the process. Then, of course, that brings us to another fork in the road. Pup runs north, and I follow her just to try and talk her out of it. But before we know it, we're being poked and prodded, nearly eaten alive by huge, blood-sucking bugs with pointy beaks. Then, as if that wasn't bad enough, our only means of escape seems to be a narrow path, lined with more pointy, flesh-eating crab monsters, over a floor that boils you alive if you step in the wrong place. Now, I've cooked a lot of seafood in my time, but never before have I felt like I was going to be a part of my own fish fry. Then Rez starts freaking out, saying he sees his sister continually being killed by faceless ghosts, and if things couldn't get any worse, then Pup becomes one of the faceless ghosts herself and nearly scares the daylights out of me. Then Dresden goes berserk and runs off and starts trying to rip doors off their hinges, threatening to bring down the entire ceiling. And do you see why I was reluctant to come into the cave yet? We could be fishing. I could be fishing. I could go see my family, but no. Here we are in this dirty, dark cave full of things trying to kill us, and now Rez says that his sister is holding his hand, and what in Aventide is even happening anymore?
Oh, an Aventide, that's really cute.
That was so good.
I need to know what happens. Shh.
Oh, it's mine.
100 faceless creatures.
I think
100 faceless
I think
humanoid.
it's still muted.
No, I can hear him. You're just a fart.
Am I still muted? I mean, I could be. I don't know.
What?
I don't know if I'm still muted or not, but I'm going to continue. And whether I'm on the stream or not, it's up to you.
This is great TV. This is TV?
Twitch.
Rez,
What?
you feel that what was once cold, small hand in yours,
Creepy.
and it's warming up, and you felt that like your life force, your constitution, the very like the gravity holding you to this world was just drained ever so slightly out of you and into this being. We don't know who it is, what it is, really, but she seems to just glow ever so slightly, and she seems to just be a little bit more corporeal.
No.
And
God.
you see those 100 faceless creatures who were attacking her at every turn over and over and over again in this cycle of death. They're now just kind of keeping their distance, staring at you. And it's hard to make out if they have any emotion whatsoever, but they're just keeping their... And it's almost this perfect, maybe 15-foot diameter around you. And they're not moving. And as you sway one way, they kind of sway away and towards you and away with you, just staying that perfect 15-foot distance away. And Pup, you can see this small girl with very, very similar features to Rezik, just happily looking around, holding his hand, and the rest of you guys see nothing. And again, you could see that he's holding something in his hand that's substantial, but you can't see anything. And Dresden, you had just ripped. Damn. Dresden,
When we do this and we touch fingertips and we become Rezik, then we're unstoppable.
You guys, you had just ripped that door off to try and use as like a sled of some sort to try and cushion the steam blast if possible. And this is where you guys leave off.
Okay, well,
Hermione, grab anything you can. We need to get out of here. No.
hurry. I was gonna. Well, that's a little different than what I thought, because before you were saying I felt really good, but now apparently they're taking the life out of me.
No, I mean, it feels those feelings. So your sister, you haven't seen in a decade, who's maybe the biggest regret of your life, is now holding your hand. She's there, for all you know, and that feeling of like just relief. It's like having 1,000 pounds on your shoulders your whole life, and you were able to pick them up and put them down. And whether or not that's the feeling it is, but you do feel almost lightheaded, you know?
Yeah.
As if just like this might be
it's
a dream.
It's a very strange combination of a lot of different feelings, kind of all rushing in my head, basically. Okay.
Yeah, it's you know, you might be. It's almost like you're losing grip of reality, but that small little nudge has allowed you to just take this heavy burden.
Gotcha.
Just kind of put it into your hand and turn it into the warmth that's flowing into this seemingly young girl holding your hand.
Okay. So
I
yeah.
can see this.
You can see the girl. You can't see the faceless creatures.
Okay.
Well, a lot of emotions are rushing through my head right now, obviously, as described, and I'm feeling really happy and relieved that I have my sister back, but and all these ideas are kind of flowing in my head, and then I feel a little bit of boost of energy from what I heard last time, and suddenly a lot of like things I learned in school at the academy about magic kind of snaps in my head, and it suddenly makes sense, and I now am I want to practice these new spells that I'm receiving. I'm kind of like thinking about and knowing how to break, and that's kind of me like leveling up to level 2, which I officially did apparently between sessions. But having said that, as an official illusionist now, DM, can I try to logic the situation out and figure out that this is an illusion next to me holding my hand, or some kind of...
Sure, give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Dresden, while he does this, we need to grab everything that's not tied down in that room and start getting it out.
You're absolutely right. Grab whatever you can, and we're just gonna line the floor and go. Because he looks batshit right now.
I'll take care of him. Don't worry. I got it.
Yeah, he's saying he's happy. That can't be good.
No, that can't be good at all.
Do we see what's on the end of this hallway?
What was that?
By the way, do we see what is at the end of this hallway, or what is at the end?
There was a hallway to the west, which had those 3 doors that Dresden was kicking down. One of which it was like basically a retaining wall at this point, holding up a cave-in, and he saw that like golden crusted chest behind the door. To the north, with that room with like the thousands of sucker bugs and this swarm that kind of they all flew out of a grate that was blocking your path forward, and Dresden had seen like a little bit of moonlight coming from way down in the distance, he thinks. And then to the east was that corridor that led to the room with the steam vents shooting up, and then those crab-like barnacle creatures all along those side, kind of living in that steam, the heated steam.
Crab people. I got a 16.
A 16. It definitely does not resemble any kind of oh no. It definitely doesn't resemble any kind of illusion magic you've ever heard about. So if this is an illusion, it would have to be an astronomically powerful illusion. Not only to just be physical and touching you, and you can feel it, but to mimic, the memories you hold in your heart, as well as respond to you in such a human way. It's just all those things, like illusions generally, they take a couple things, and the better and better they are, the more lifelike and realistic they can be. But if this is an illusion, it's like on another layer, on a different level that you've never really experienced or even heard of.
Man, okay. Holy crap. Okay, so I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
I feel great, but I want to make sure that this is actually, I'm starting to actually believe that this is my sister, because I feel so good, and I feel so many emotions, but I want to make sure, because this is crazy that she's still the same age and that she's holding my hand. It's just insane to me.
You've been burned before.
Actually, yeah, I have.
You cast Detect Magic, and you don't sense any magic coming from those faceless people watching you. But you do. You see this like it's almost like oil in water. It's this stream, and you and Eva are connected through this. Like it's almost like you're dripping oil from like kind of your center, and this magic is flowing from you into her, and that seems like it's giving that substantive quality to her. Is coming through you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep looking down in shock while everybody else does stuff. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just,
the only thing that lights up,
can.
the only thing that lights up is really that bond between you guys, and and the magic is, from what you can tell, it's got a necrotic in nature, like kind of feel to it.
Okay.
While all that is happening, we are grabbing whatever we can and just like throwing it, trying to basically cover the floor.
Okay, yeah, you had the bed, you had the desk, you had the door, the chest at the foot of the bed. The other door is kind of crushed in a cave-in. It might be harder to rip off. You could definitely try and do it. And then there's the other door that's kind of holding the cave-in up with that small slot that like someone small might be able to slip through, but it's pretty iffy.
Don't listen to him. Whatever that voice is saying, don't listen to him. All we have to do is get enough. No, I said don't listen to him. All we need to do is get enough things on the ground that we can all stand on it. Then we can pull the last one up and put it to the front and pass it forward like tracks on a tank. All of you know what a tank is, right?
Yeah. Be aware though that those spiders had made that corridor was only like 3 feet wide.
Well, it's a very skinny bed, right?
Because of those. I mean,
it's a twin bed for a poor person.
You're a twin bed for a
yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard.
It's fairly accurate.
Pretty hard to push these things completely blocking, all of it.
We can hack parts apart, right? We can just hack legs off of the desk.
Absolutely, you can block the steam somewhat like that.
Yeah.
But remember, the sides, the steam's gonna still come up to a degree on the sides. It'll mean it's better than nothing for sure.
Yeah, like any area we can cover, like cylinders. Fuck those, but like sides of the bed and whatnot.
So
just
you can
slam down any boards, anything like that.
Cut the bed in half, cut the door into strips, like 3-foot strips, and kind of stick them over. And you can block.
Fire up the table saw, and I rip it into 3-foot strips. As
you
one
can
does.
probably cover about 25 feet all told, with like the sides of the desk, the door cut in half twice. You can probably cover about 25 feet, but it's still 50 feet across. So the last 25 feet is going to be.
That's fantastic. Okay, we do that. No, we do that. We lay it down.
And
everyone get on there. We take the last part, put it to the front, like a fire brigade.
And you notice whenever you touch those like clam-like shells that are sticking out, anytime even a board or something, it like jumps off, sucks onto it just for a second, and then slowly goes back up onto the wall. Like it was
no one touched those.
It was taste testing.
Yeah.
They look like the taste testing.
It's gonna be pretty. I mean, to go through this room, you'd have to kind of shimmy sideways. Definitely, it's gonna be rough.
Well, it's because my shoulders are so broad, but neither here nor there. Everyone, slam the things down.
Okay.
So what we're gonna try and do, I think, is put it down as much as we can. Everyone get on it, move to the end, and then we're gonna take the last piece and try and like shimmy it up and forward, whatever. Like if it's half the door, and then move it literally sort of like that, like that, but more than 2 pieces.
Sure. So you guys get about 25 feet.
I love it when the DM says, sure. It makes me feel good here in the tummy.
Can we roll for that?
Yeah. So who's going first to the end of this board?
Well, but before we do that, I want to go up to Rezik and just like tug on like the other side, opposite of his sister, and be like, "Hey, Rezik,
Yes.
How you feeling, bud?
A little confused. I'm starting to potentially believe this could be my sister.
We really need to get going, and to do that, I need you to hold both of my hands, because we're gonna walk across, and I'm really scared.
But if I let go, I don't know if I'll be able to see her again. It could be her, right? I mean, it's not impossible.
Well, what did the poem thingy say at the beginning? What was like the blood, something about a soul that's sad? Is that yours?
Pup, you feel like a little tug on the back of your coat. Just a little tug.
I ignore it.
And you hear,
well,
excuse me? Hey, dog lady? And she kind of jumps back, like, Rezik, I don't think it's a very nice dog lady.
Maybe I should just take her with us. Would that be so bad? I mean, she seems harmless, right? I mean...
Maybe if you don't hold her hand anymore, yeah.
I don't want to let go. I don't want to lose.
I also don't want to let go of you. You're the first friend I ever had.
Can I try to shake myself out of this situation here, Jaymes, or is that like a role thing, or can I just do it on my own?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing compelling you other than just like, the feeling of possibly having her back in your life. I mean, that's really up to you. There's no like magical force keeping you.
Gotcha.
Like this.
Well, you do make some sense, pup. Thank you.
Just in case, hey, like if you want to come along, that's cool. But like you need to help us, or just like not touch your brother for a little bit. That's cool.
Well, I want to just try one more thing.
I'm like saying that to her.
She's kind of still hiding behind Rezik.
I'll bend down, and I want to turn to Eva, and I want to just try one thing that I heard last time, like last session, that Trust had a really good idea. And I want to try it. I'm gonna bend down and look at her, kind of like try to get to her level, and I'm just gonna say, Eva, I hope to see you again, dear sister.
What do you mean?
Happen. Okay. Doesn't work.
Tie a rope to me, guys. Tie a rope to me. I'm going in first. In case
this might be the real deal, but
are you going?
We have to go. Yep, we're gonna go. You have to follow us, okay? And I just let go of her hand, and I grab onto Pup's hand, and I take off because I don't know what to do anymore at this point. I'm very confused. This could be real. I have no idea.
Notice that oil dripping through water that's flowing into her, even when you let go of her hand, it persists. She's just there. She's just there following you. But when she lets go of your hand, Pup, you can't see her anymore. She seems to just dissolve. Rezik, you're the only one who can see her now.
Even though I'm holding on to Rezik?
Even though you're holding on to Rezik, yeah.
Can I still see the faceless people? Because I was able to see them when I was holding on to him last time, so they're just gone.
They're gone too.
From me.
Mm-hmm.
Are there still like 100 of them, or did those go away? I forgot.
Rezik still sees them. And at Rezik, as you start to move, like parting of seas, they just kind of and make a big gap as you walk out of this room, and they all follow Eva with their like these blank visage, but they're all looking down, and they just follow her walking out of here. But as you start to head through that eastern
I'm gonna shoot a Firebolt behind us at them, because I don't know. In my brain now, I am so confused by what's happening to me that I think they might be real, and I am totally lost in thought of like what this could be anymore.
Okay. So you're gonna cast Fireball?
Yeah, I'm just gonna cast a firebolt and send it at the faceless, weird, creepy people.
You say firebolt or fireball?
Firebolt. I don't have fireball yet, unfortunately.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, but I was like, maybe
Yet.
there's something I don't know. Maybe he's a cheater. I don't know. All right. So yeah, you what was your Enzo? I forget what your
Enzo Ferrari. Yeah.
Sorry. I say Incento, and I send it back to them.
Enzo Ferrari,
and it goes
and a car pops
straight
out.
through them as if they're just like these ghastly forms. They don't seem to even notice. And you one of the things you notice is the firebolt goes by their heads, and they don't even light up. You know, the light from this fire doesn't light them in any way. They don't seem affected by it. It just kind of goes through them as if they were illusions.
Great.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Still piling stuff over here, by the way. Just
Okay. And as you're doing that,
just piling on.
you kind of notice Fitz staring at the steam vent room, just like giving you a look.
Yeah, buddy.
Giving you guys a look, kind of like looking at you, Kelwise, being like, "You serious?"
Fitz, we got to do it.
Yeah.
We got to do it, man. I was attacked by those things in the other room. This is where we're going.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh. 18.
18. All right. Yeah, you kind of look him dead in the eye, and you're like, "This is happening, whether you like it or not." And he's just kind of like, he instantly just kind of resigns himself to like,
yeah. You can see the image of boarding school just like roll over his eyes again.
Yeah. Your mother and father, they're sending you away for your own good. Yeah. So he just kind of reluctantly starts helping you guys, loading up whatever you guys need to load up. Who's going first? Kelwise, you said you're going first?
Kelwise
I'll go in
volunteered.
first. Tie the rope to me.
I'm already done.
And I'll go in. Yeah, I'll go in as far as I can, and hope that I don't get attacked. And if I do get attacked, then pull me out, obviously, and say,
Okay. Well, since you're small, roll this with advantage, but roll an acrobatics check as you're trying to like keep perfectly still and kind of crab your way through this steam vent.
21.
Okay, yeah. You managed to get 25 feet out, and like none of that steam. A little bit of steam comes up, but it hits those barriers and kind of goes around. Nothing crazy. And every so often, you guys have seen just a very violent burst come out. So you're kind of just hoping that doesn't happen. Who's next?
It's just
I'll
like
go
the
next.
Rock.
I'm feeling brave.
All right, Trust. Same. Advantage acrobatics since you're tiny.
All right, so that's gonna be 11 plus 3, 14.
14. All right, yeah. It's the same thing. You easily kind of shimmy your way, and because you're so small, like half of the 5 to 6 foot big old crabby shells sticking out, you just completely ignore those.
Did you say those crab shells were 5 feet?
No, at the 5 foot height, because the whole wall is covered in them all the way up. But just anything
Is it
over
like
4
an
feet.
arch?
No. So it's just this big
Oh.
square room.
from the
It's
sides,
just
just
the
from the
walls
sides.
are covered in these things. Yeah.
Got it.
Just making sure I'm not having a panic attack over here. About
Yeah.
a 5 foot crab.
All right. Who else?
Let's see.
Before we go on, I yell back to whoever's still out there and say, like, maybe cut that rope off at about 50, 75 feet somewhere and anchor it to something in case we need to pull ourselves back out.
I take that into consideration.
Noted.
All right. Who's going next?
I'll go and I'll grab Fitz.
All right. So
And I'm just taking both of them with me, and I'm also going to turn myself into a duplicate of Trust. So I go, and I look exactly like Trust now, and sound exactly like her, which Kate is going to struggle with.
Oh, you're gonna struggle.
Right.
I think I am. I'm gonna struggle with it a little bit.
No, it sounds great. You got to go.
Alex, I'm so glad I sound exactly like you.
Yeah, we're the same.
Exactly, spot on.
All right. So
The rest of us just looking at you like, go.
you Pup and Fitz are all gonna go past together. Kate, give me advantage. Rezik, straight roll, and same with our friend.
What is this again?
Athletics.
Excuse me.
11.
11. What'd you get, Bobby?
7.
7. And we'll say that. All right. Well.
Oh, okay. Oh, great.
You guys start walking out, and all of a sudden, Rezik, before you can even step onto this platform, you hear, and just this violent cough, and 3 of those barnacles just right onto Fitz, and you just hear, and he falls back out of it, and he's just like, and you just notice those things just, and they just suck onto him, and he's just like writhing, and you see it's almost like a clamshell sticking out, and then there's that suction mouth at the bottom just sticking into them, and then those like little pincer hands have just grabbed his body, and they're not moving. He's just like kind of laying at a weird angle because he can't lay on his back, he can't lay on his front because one's stuck here and one's stuck on his side, so he's just like
Okay, can I cast Magic Missile?
Yeah.
Okay, so I put my hand up like this. I say, Metum. You see 3 arcane darts appear in my hand, and then I just kind of like throw them all at once, and they all are going to land on each of those guys.
Okay, and then poof, poof, poof. You see them hit, and they let's see.
Gosh.
Oh my god. All 3 of them just go boom, and they go flying off of his body. But you notice that they had these teeth, and those teeth gripped into his flesh, and those teeth didn't let go. And you just see
we are
red forming
He's hiding in the
on his body as he looks down, and he's just like
I'll catch him. I'll like grab him and try to like pull him across.
Yeah.
Not gonna get the security deposit back on that one, that's for sure.
Yeah, and so what it seems like, similar to like a tick, like ticks just like bite and they don't let go. These things just latch on, and it's like, Coweyes, give me a survival check.
9.
A 9. Yeah, I mean, you've obviously never seen these before, but you know leeches and you know beetles and you know stuff like that. It's generally better if you encourage them to let go rather than forcing them to let go.
So I yell at them, "Let go! Let go of our friend!"
Where they're already writhing, and you notice that those ones on the ground that have been killed, but you notice that they have these like this like ring of teeth, and this little beak almost, and it's just crunched solid, and it's got just little bits of blood dripping from where they tore out of Fitz.
Jesus Christ.
And the rest of you who are right in between that wall of 150,000 of these things, you guys kind of see that off to your left happening.
Great. Keep moving, everyone. Keep moving.
Yep.
And right as that happens,
Oh.
this huge plume of steam comes out. Everybody who's on the platform, give me an acrobatics check, but with advantage.
Wow. Good rolls. Good rolls.
24.
24.
6.
A month.
12.
5
5.
with advantage? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen.
All right. You guys managed to hold your composure. You guys don't flip out and hit any of these crazy bug things on the side, but you do take 1 point of just heat damage from this steam that kind of brushes up against you and just burns
That feels
you.
fair. That feels fair.
Yes, and you guys know that like just more steam is on its way.
What's that? More steam down there? Okay. Everyone, keep moving. Go.
We gotta get on this. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, we gotta just move across.
All right.
Is everyone on so far except for me?
No.
And
So the three of them never really got on because as they started to get on, immediately.
oh, I thought that we were on.
Well, Fitz had gotten latched onto and then fell out of the area.
Oh
and
no, I
then
picked him up and
parading around on the ground.
I'm
You're gonna go through with
going.
Fitz?
Yep.
All right, give me athletics, just straight this time, since you're carrying Fitz, which is probably better for him. All right, Rezik, you're on your own, and Dresden, you two are the last two. Oh no, we have a Cornelia's out there too. Cornelia, give me a athletics or acrobatics with advantage.
14.
14, solid.
28.
Solid.
Or
28.
26.
Oh, Jesus.
26.
Woohoo! I hate
Wow.
rogues.
Nice.
This is why I hate rogues.
Just cartwheels through it.
Yeah.
Did I have her roll anything? No, never mind.
Rogues
That's a
are the
dex
best.
check. We'll just move on. What did you get, Rezik? I'm so sorry.
Oh, sorry. I'm rolling as well.
We didn't. Yeah, we didn't.
Okay, what was that? What was it, acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
Okay. That's a 12.
Oh, 12. All right. So yeah, you guys managed to get. So you get this production line, this 25-foot line on this stuff. You can either use this as a point to shimmy off the steam and just try and run the extra 25 feet, or you could start trying to move them, move the planks, as is your plan.
Yeah, I mean, I get on last and then just grab that last board and slide it, start handing it up to the front.
All right. So you guys just start shimmying that overhead. Over.
Wait, are we? No, wait. Are we carrying that overhead or on our sides?
Just sides.
Which, okay, just sides maybe, because overhead, I think we had at least 7 feet.
Yeah.
But
I
that
mean,
might be smarter
there's
because then we don't have to touch all the
definitely-
middle of those.
there's definitely more room above you than there is in front or behind, because those things are sticking out of the wall like this. So like overhead would really be the only way you could really move those things, I think.
Let me just do it overhead. It's fine.
In my head, in my head canon, that's the only way you could really do it.
No, that's
And we have-
what makes you the DM.
How much headroom did we have again? Just approximately.
It
Your
was
mark.
a good like 15 feet tall.
Oh,
It was
15.
pretty tall. Yeah, so it's there's a lot of overhead room. It's just because those barnacles are sticking
Crowded
out,
on
like, such a perpendicular to the walls. Yeah. So you guys managed to. Everyone, give me another athletic. Give me an athletics check. Just a straight roll.
12.
5.
7.
12.
8. 15.
Rezik?
Oh, 12, sorry.
Oh, 12. Yeah. So you guys managed to get 10 feet. You move about approximately like 10 feet forward, so you're still 15 feet away. when everyone give me an athletics check or acrobatics check with advantage.
Oh, okay.
Woo, natural 20.
Nice.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
So 23.
Nice.
17.
19.
Nailed it.
19. All right. So yeah, the steam comes up and
Bam.
if you didn't have that cushion underneath you, it would have just singed you. But because of that barrier, all the steam immediately goes in front and behind you, and then wafts off harmlessly. Everyone, give me another athletics check as you guys try and move this board forward.
15.
7.
Oh, I'm
5.
sorry. 12.
5.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Let's check.
12.
12.
18.
18. Yeah. So you guys finally managed to cover the next 15 feet. So you have a clear pathway out. It's now just a matter of shimmying your way out of there. So in order, give me acrobatics checks to try and shimmy the rest of the way through this corridor. So I believe Kelwise, you were first with advantage because you're small.
15.
All right. So Kelwise hops out. Trust.
Do I have advantage as well?
Yes, you do.
Great. Rolled a 5, then I rolled a 6. Excellent. 9.
A 9. So you get right up to the end, and right as you step off, you just feel right into your back. This
Sure.
stinging sensation, and it's strange because you saw the wounds on Fitz. It doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel nearly as bad. It's almost kind of numb, where you felt that prick on your back. But it's kind of this just numb. Who is right after her? Pup. I think it was you. Yeah, Pup.
Me holding on to.
Yeah, you see this big old because Trust is small. You see this big old barnacle just stuck in her back, and it's very alarming. But now is not the time. Cool.
You got something on your back. I'll help you in a little bit. I just need to get this potato sack over there.
Yep.
All right. Give me acrobatics. Pup.
Wait, do I get advantage because I'm trust size?
No, because you're carrying
True. 12.
12. All right. Yeah. So you managed to shimmy out, and surprisingly, nothing else latches onto Fitz either.
Cool.
It's easier when he's like out because he can't sneeze. You do notice though his clothes have taken on like a violet hue, like a dark burgundy. All right, Rezik. It doesn't look like anything life-threatening. It's just, sometimes you
He's
just
just bleeding out.
you gotta
What?
gusher.
Oh, I thought you meant he peed on himself again. It's blood. That's way better.
That's a 14. And by the way, is Eva like following this whole time? Is kind of like walking,
Eva,
like ghostily, or is she like?
She's so small that this isn't even a problem for her. She's just walking along, but you notice like she's standing on the boards. She's standing like she transfers to the bed portion. She transfers to the and
She's not like just like a ghost like going through objects. Like
yeah, no. And you see like there's some weight like when she steps on the bed. You see the bed just indent ever so slightly,
Great.
less than you would think for a body that her size, but more than was originally anticipated maybe. So like there's definitely something substantive to this.
awesome.
All right.
Okay.
And yeah, you pop
That's a
out
14.
and then Cornelia,
Wow.
give me an advantage
Wow.
acrobatics
I just
check.
had to Postmates food to me, but you've got an in-home delivery service.
The trick is to just marry Postmates, and then you're fine. She says she isn't Postmates.
I was gonna say, I don't think she's gonna like that. But,
Thank you, Wade. All right,
24.
a 24. Yeah. All right. So Cornelia,
Wow.
very similar to Eva, just kind of comes walking out, just stroll. like, oh, was this dangerous? I didn't know. Yeah, so you guys pop out of the other side. As you pop out, right as you pop out, another just explosive kind of fills the room, which the sound of that hissing kind of wakes up Fitz, and he just kind of comes back from his like passed out state, and he's just kind of laying on the ground and looks around, touches his body a little bit. Did I die? Is this hell?
No.
Nope, you're still with us.
like it.
Huh.
You're too tough. You're tough now. Did you know that? Did you know that you're tough?
Hmm.
You should try acting like it, because you're so tough that you can't die, so you should try acting tough too.
Can someone get this off me? Thank you.
Oh wait, hold on.
Smashing my back into a wall.
As you hit your wall, you feel it like, like a really strong suction cup. You just feel like all the muscles in your back start to move around every time you hit it against something.
Gross.
Can I just go and look at it and see if there's a easy way to like tickle it off or something?
Yeah,
I'm just gonna lay down on the floor on my belly. People
Okay.
can inspect
give me
it.
an investigation check, and Trust, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, sure, why not?
I got a 12.
A 12. You start to look at this thing, and it's weird. Your vision starts to get a little bit blurry, Cornelia, and the room. It might just be the steam. It might be something, but it feels very hot in here. You don't know if it's water or what. But you just start feeling like a little tickle in your lungs, and just an ever so slightly but yeah, and you kind of wipe away the steam, you wipe away the dreariness from your eyes, and you look at this thing, and it seems to be just perfectly just on there, and it's a very thick shell. There's not
And
really
I noticed
weak points.
I noticed as I was looking at it closely that it got blurry-eyed and
Yeah, and it feels really hot. Like you just feel really hot. You don't know what's going on. Like your body temperature is kind of going out of control.
Does anybody else feel weird?
Yes.
I'm having a hot flash.
And for the rest of you, like it's temperate, but it's not. It's temperate, but it's not hot. You know, the cave was pretty cold until you got to this spot, and it was warmer, but it's pretty cold for the rest of you.
Okay, and what do we see when we're looking around then, other than Trust?
This corridor just keeps on heading out, and then at the very, very end, you see like maybe 100 feet away, it crooks to the left. What do you get for your con?
Can I also investigate? I would also like to investigate the creature that's on Trust.
Okay. Trust, what did you get for a con save?
21.
21. Okay. Yeah. Sure, you can investigate this thing. It looks pretty solidly sucked on there. Like, you know, like almost like a mini octopus that had just like taken all of its arms and just gone shook, like just stuck there.
Does anyone have alcohol? Maybe it won't like my blood. Give me alcohol.
I heard that one time, if you get stung by Jello, you have to pee on it. Should we pee on it?
No.
Oh. You sure?
Can I use vicious mockery on the thing on my back?
I think you have to be able to see it, right?
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yes, I have to be able to see. Does anyone have a mirror? Who wants a
right
mirror?
on your back.
Anyone have a
I'm just gonna
mirror?
try to like. I want to try to like.
Oh. Can someone minor illusion of perhaps?
A mirror? No. So minor illusion can only make static things. Yeah. Unfortunately, a mirror wouldn't move. You can try and pull on it if you want.
Yeah.
Wait, question. Wait. Hold on. Before we pull on this. I want to use disguise self to make myself a foot taller but thinner, and see if it.
I think disguise self is like like an outside image.
Yeah, it's
I
more
don't
of an
know, it says-
illusion.
It says
Yeah.
you can see. Oh, seam. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
That's like the issue with like being tall and like doing it and like yourself seem taller because if like touch your face, like their hand will just phase through
Right.
it.
Got it.
Didn't burning help
Cool.
before? Can't we just singe it a little?
Oh, sure.
I'm gonna pull it.
Oh,
I'm gonna pull it.
All right. As you start to pull, you just see blood start to trickle from the sucked area.
Well, I'm not trying to like aggressively pull it. I'm trying to like slowly like peel it off because I saw the teeth because I had carried like a unconscious body.
Well, those teeth, are like hooks in. So you'd be put like these hooks have gone sucked like some skin out, and then they hook in. So if you were to pull out, you'd be tearing out.
Oh, then I'm gonna.
Can we maybe handle this when all of us are off of the steam, please?
You're all off the steam.
Oh,
Did you not roll?
No.
Oh,
You told like the 3 people to go. I thought Rezik and I are still on there.
No, Rezik got off. You're all
Great, I'm
on.
just-
Pretty got off
Please,
too. It's
please
just.
roll. Please roll.
Just you.
Get rigged.
Tell-wise, do you have any?
Yes,
do you have any
Rezik.
torches left?
I am out of torches, but I passed out torches to everyone else, so
I do have
presumably some other people have them.
I like the burning idea. You could try it.
Can't hurt at this point. Or
Yeah.
can it?
Just get it hot. Heat it up. Smoke it out.
All right. So I light up.
Their acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Great. Yeah, that's a 6.
All right. Yeah.
I just
And,
come trundling along out. Hey, everybody, how you doing?
It's weird because you don't feel anything, but it's like, wow, Dresden, you've got these great new pauldrons.
Feel great. What's the
Right
matter?
here. There's just 2 of them just sticking out. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm sure.
You guys are gonna light those torches?
Yes. And I actually have a legit spell now to light torches with. Prestidigitation. So I'm gonna go ahead and say.
Ow!
Yes! Attention.
Oh, that's my favorite spell.
21 for me. For the
Copy.
con save.
No,
I
that's
want a bit of this.
So I'll just say presto, and then they'll light up.
Ooh.
Presto.
All right. Yeah. So the torch lights up. Are you? Who's gonna burn?
I love it.
I'm gonna burn it.
You're gonna burn it.
Yeah.
All right.
What does that require?
You hold this torch. This thing is just locked on. It doesn't seem to be moving. So you hold the torch up to this thing, and at
I
first,
want to
nothing
put it
happens.
close and then poke it at the same time. I'm just trying to agitate it to crawl away.
At first, nothing happens, and then you just start hearing this gurgling sound, this gurgling, bubbling, and you start to see the shell changing colors from like
Pretty.
almost a dark blue to like almost a reddish hue, and it starts gurgling, and then you hear this screeching sound, and all of a sudden, it just pops off, falls to the ground, and then just starts scurrying straight towards you.
Towards me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna step on it.
Okay. Roll an attack.
Take it alive.
Hey.
An 8? 8 total? All right,
Yup.
yeah. This thing just falls to the ground, runs straight up to you, and then right onto your foot. Give
Oh
me
no,
a
I don't wear shoes
Constitution
either. A con save?
Yeah, and it's pretty painful because these teeth have gone into like the bones of your feet, just
Oh,
interlocked
fun.
on the top of your foot.
11.
11. Okay. Yeah. your foot starts to feel super numb. It hurt at first, but now it's feeling pretty good.
I just
And then it's not feeling at all.
put the fire on it.
Okay, so yeah, you put the fire on it and it starts gurgling and boiling, and you kind of feel that heat coming off of it, and then this thing kind of just screeches again and then falls off of you and just starts writhing on the ground and then just falls dead. But your foot is still numb. And for now, your movement is impaired by 10 feet.
I will cast Cure Wounds on her foot.
Okay. Yeah, you cast Cure Wounds and slowly that feeling starts coming back. You see this like black, very, very thin liquid just kind of start bubbling out of your foot as the holes that those teeth left kind of go back, and then the bones kind of realign a little bit, and then your foot heals up. Yeah, unfortunately, Dresden's got one on each shoulder.
I only had one spell slot, so.
Well, at least we still have that torch.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore them.
Justin.
What was that?
Wait.
What?
I was gonna say, it comes to like a pointy beak? Can I like grab it and stab its friend on Dresden?
Ooh. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah. So you're gonna take the dead one, or you're gonna take. Explain exactly what you're doing.
So the one that was on Pup's foot, they're kind of pointy, right, with the pointy beak, or is it? Can I pick it up?
Like these teeth that are like this, and this like circular, and then they kind of, when they bite, they go in like this, almost like a bear trap. So like the teeth are like.
Dang.
That's fine. I'll just live like this forever now. I'm okay. Let's keep going.
That was a good idea, though.
I mean, you still have a torch that you could use.
I mean, if we start walking, I'm just gonna put it up to him as we walk.
Yeah.
I guess as well.
I'm fine.
All right. Yeah, and Dresden,
Okay.
the bites don't hurt that much anymore. You can just kind of feel that whatever paralytic.
Pup
Like I
can get
said,
one.
Do my
on
arms still work?
Yeah.
I'm fine. Let's
yeah,
go.
so
Let's
Pup,
go
you
over
manage to, I mean, you boil it off, and the same thing happens. Like it falls to the ground and immediately starts to go after the nearest person.
But now I know I'm gonna try to continue. I'm gonna ward it off.
Yeah, and I'll use Firebolt on it.
Okay, yeah, give me an attack, Rezik.
It's my hair. Is that you dodging the creature? Okay. Just making sure. I don't know.
I know all
Or
the
you're
attacks.
really excited about your burger.
Well, I also am, but you guys basically lit me on fire, and then everyone attacked me, and I was like,
What did you get,
12
Rezik? 12 hits, yeah. So
Okay.
it drops to the ground and it goes for Pup, but she wisely uses that torch to kind of keep it at bay, and kind of like shimmies around until that fireball just kind of hits it and just blasts it, and you just see the steaming, and it has this weird smell to it. It's like
seafood.
Seawater burning mixed with a little bit of like just like sulfur or something in this like burning wreck. And he's got one more on his other shoulder. And you notice those
Said I'm fine.
indents are pretty small. So you just have like these little speckled dots of blood all around your shoulder.
Totally fine.
You guys gonna do the other one? Same?
Hmm.
Okay. Rezik, give me another.
Didn't seem necessary, really.
They've got to go.
That's
Thank us when you can use your arm.
that's a 9 though.
A 9. Yeah, so this one, it doesn't clamp on to anybody because you're keeping it at bay.
I didn't
But it
need
kinda-
that armpit hair anyway.
It kind of like backs off, and then right where it's standing just goes onto the ground. It's just standing straight up and down out of the ground.
Okay.
But it's off me?
It's off you.
Yeah, I just want a golf swing with my sword.
Okay, give me an attack. With advantage. 'cause
Or
Oh, with advantage?
it's not moving.
That is an 18 plus 5. So 23.
23. All right, roll damage.
Oh, jeez, I don't even. Yes. Ooh, max damage. 9 points.
All right, so
Nice.
like, it's similar. Have you guys ever seen like a crab that's been hit by a hammer? Just obliterated. It's just a mix of stuff, and you're like, I don't know what was what or what goes where, but this golf swing just obliterates this weird shelled creature. It cracks through the shell, cracks through the bone, it cracks through the teeth and the muscles holding it together, and all of its insides all just become a giant mush against the wall to the side. There's just a mix of viscera. But surprisingly, that bottom part of it is still just sucked onto the ground still.
We call that the T.
His teeth.
You guys keep heading on your way. You notice the walls here. Now, the longer you go, now that you have that torchlight, the walls start to look a little nicer, less worn down. More of that masoned brick starts to come into view again. And you turn left through that little crook, and just around the corner, maybe 25 feet down, is this opening, a doorway with an arched top, and you notice there's just this huge room beyond, and you can't really see what's back there because the room just kind of opens up into such a large area. But that's kind of what you see 25 feet in front of you.
Lumos Maximo. And I just wave my sword a little and look at Rez like, hey, Ryan, that's what you know? Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah. And those who use dark vision, you notice you can see surprisingly well into this room. In the distance, and it's harder with a torch, but you can kind of see that there is some light coming from this room. You're just not close enough, and the angle of the doorway isn't big enough to let you see in.
I mean, I
I'm going.
can't see
I have
crap,
a
but I'll
torch.
go in, yeah.
I'm going in. I got a torch.
I'll go in with Pup.
All right.
We hand. Is Fitz awake again? He's awake,
Yeah,
right?
Fitz is up.
Awake.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a little delirious.
That's fine.
Oh, he still has a teeth in him.
No, the
just
teeth were
kind of
ripped out.
stand in action.
Oh.
What'd you say, Melissa?
I'm gonna just kind of stand nearby them too and have my bow and arrow out just in case.
Okay.
Ready to attack anything.
All three of you guys give me a investigation check as you guys walk into this hall.
I wish it would be perception.
Wait, I was
got a
muted.
20.
I was saying I was gonna go with them too.
Oh, okay.
Dirty 20.
16.
In the north, so you come. This room faces east-west, and you're coming in from the west side, heading east. And you notice in kind of the northeast corner that this is this huge room, and it's very, very, very long. It's maybe 150 feet long, and there's torches on the walls, and there, and excuse me, there's 4 sets of pillars every 25 feet down the line. At the very end, you see this giant throne made of like what looks to be knives, some kind of metal, like just maybe it's almost like barbed wire. It's just big old throne with 2 torches. And
The Iron Throne.
East, yeah, very similar. To the east,
Awesome.
it's hard because it's behind a pillar, but you just hear this crunching sound, and you see from the way the lights are set up, you just every once in a while see the shadow kind of flickering, something moving in the northeast corner. But from where you're standing, you can't really tell because it's a long hallway.
Any exits?
I'm just gonna screen share for you guys really quickly to show you what this room looks like. Those at home, it's a long
Ooh.
hallway, and it's kind of got these pillars. It's about 150 feet long, and you notice there's like this giant chandelier at the top, And this room is maybe 50 feet high, so it's huge. It's a huge, like 50 by 50 by 150 foot long room. And there's this giant chandelier that's unlit at the top. So that's kind of what you're seeing. And in that northeast corner, kind of north of the throne itself, there's just a shadow. Something's moving over there, but it's kind of impossible to tell what it is or how big it is or anything like that.
Should I ask him if he's nice?
Better be the bourgeoisie, I'll say.
I'm gonna ask him if he's nice. Hey! Are you nice?
And you hear just
Hey!
you see that flickering, that shadow move ever so slightly, and it moves and then just disappears. Nothing seems to be moving. There's these flickering torches, but other than that,
That's not foreboding at all. Fantastic. Everyone, circle up.
Oh, I
Rezek, how
don't
are you
think it's foreboding. We're inside. There's no water anywhere near us.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. Thank you, pup.
Maybe soon it's sewers.
Everyone, put Fitz in the middle of us and let's circle up.
Should we go over to the chair? I'm gonna go over to the chair. Let's go over to the chair.
Together, please. Up.
Together.
Yeah, together, friend.
All right, go.
You guys-
Come into the chair together, friend.
you guys make it maybe 25 feet into the room when this from behind that pillar you see this little green, well, not little, this large green, like it's very similar to like maybe like a caterpillar looking worm thing, just kind of sticks its head out, and it's got these big giant rings, like black ring and then a white ring, and it kind of just inquisitively just pokes its head out from that pillar and looks at you.
I'm gonna do the same but opposite.
Great. This is the Unbutterfly.
Good evening.
And then you see like these little legs kind of come out, and this caterpillar just starts moving out in front of you. And this
My,
thing's
what little legs you
long,
have.
and it's rather large. This thing is maybe the same like girth of like a horse's torso. Like it's
Horse's Torso sounds like the best album title ever. That sounds like a Guster
70s
album.
Grateful Dead horse's
Yeah.
torso.
Yeah, even better. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just kind of starts slowly moving towards you, but it doesn't come straight. It kind of serpentines. Its long body just starts moving towards you, and its
We've got a
head goes up
caution
in the
him.
air, almost as
Caution
if
him.
it's sniffing, and then comes
I-
back down. moves
I
a little
mimic all the movements that it's doing.
Okay. Yeah, it just moves and moves and moves, and then it gets kind of close. Yeah, it moves maybe within like 25 feet of you, and then stops, and then kind of puts its head down, very suspiciously.
Do the same.
I think this is
Be
the
careful, everyone. It's
Unbutterfly.
moving. It's moving suspiciously.
Supposed to caution the Unbutterfly.
How do
Careful
we-
there. Careful there.
How do we?
Watch your step.
Well, that's pretty much that. I think we solved it, James. What's in the next room?
Yeah, and this thing just
Careful
moving a little bit closer to you, pup. And this thing's maybe 15 feet long. It's maybe 4 foot in diameter.
Mhm. I
it
try
kind of-
to like communicate like caution and like curiosity with my ears too, like knowing how like animals communicate with each other. Like my ears just do like the caution, excitement, curious, like
Yeah, and you see from like tucked away, you didn't really see it before, but this long, like arm just starts coming out of its head, and it's maybe 10 to 15 feet long, and it's just like waving about in the air like
everyone spread out slowly,
and it just starts moving closer to you.
and just start pushing people out into a line.
It comes about 10 feet away from you.
I am like caution. Like ready to jump.
like a dodge action, we'll say. You're like dodge. And yeah, and it just
I'm
kind
ready
of
to dodge action.
wanders
I want to
around.
slowly start flanking this thing if possible,
Okay.
just kind of moving to either side
I'm
of it.
gonna
Rez?
I'm gonna cast my dancing lights to kind of like go around its head and possibly distract it.
Those lights come at it, and the second those lights come at it, you guys just hear like its face instantly just opens up, and you see these teeth that are maybe 2 feet long, and it just you just hear this, and it just, and you see 3 more of those long arms just go shoo out of its body, and all of them just try and attack you, pup. Just
Stop rolling!
Right.
Climb up a
What's your AC?
15.
Two of these arms just go pop up, and they just slap you.
Even with my ready dodge action?
With your dodge action. With disadvantage, 2 of them slap you, but you look down and you see these little pricks of blood. So thin, almost like a needle has just gone. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
By the way, James, I put
Constitution saving throws.
Okay, well the first one was a natural 1, so off to a great start.
Okay.
Second one
You're
is
dead.
6.
All right. So
Slightly better.
you're like waving around, and all of a sudden you hear this, "Rah!" And then shoo, these 2 things hit you, and instantly your body, your senses are perfectly aware, but your body just shoo to the ground, and you're just.
All right.
I'm just gonna run and just try and scoop her up.
Okay.
Just, grab an arm and then just pull as far away as I can get.
Okay, yeah, you run, you grab an arm. Everyone give me a little thing we like to call initiative.
Yay!
Do you mean we can't talk our way out of this?
Combat! I love
Hey,
combat.
James.
Woohoo! I got 3.
Has it been 10 minutes since I cast Detect Magic?
9 minutes, 53 seconds.
No, it was probably, it wasn't too far down, so it's probably like towards the end if it's.
Okay.
This thing doesn't seem magical at all.
Does anything in the room seem magical?
It's only got that small range. There's nothing magical really in this room. You're still like 75 to 80 feet away from the throne, so you wouldn't be able to check that or any of this stuff by the throne.
Oh, I thought we like walked in. Okay, all right.
You walked in and it was coming towards you
Yeah.
slowly, and then Pup was kind of coming. So you guys made it about halfway
Darn.
into the room, and the room's like 150 feet. So
I think you only said 25 feet in, right?
what? Well,
We
you
only
guys
made
made it
about
25 feet in,
25
and then it started coming, and then Pup was kind of moving towards it, mimicking its motions.
Pup and I are going to talk about this when Pup regains consciousness.
Oh, I wasn't moving forward. I was just copying its movements
so
with the
then
group.
then it met you about 25 feet into the room then,
Even better.
because it was making its way towards you. What was everyone else's?
Oh,
I got 6.
I got a 4.
a 9.
Cornelia.
22.
4. Red.
It's 22.
I gotta come up with a better way to do this. I gotta do that old way that Cullen has a great way of doing initiative, and I'm an idiot.
Everything I do is just horrible and needs to be.
You got a 6 skill-wise?
I said 6 earlier, but actually I got a 9. You had your-
Nice. I got a 22.
Still a 6.
Oh, we both got 22.
Yeah.
And you got a 6, Cornelia?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You added your dex?
I added my initiative plus 2.
Okay. And your dexterity is 14?
16.
So it should be a plus 3.
3.
I don't know why your initiative is plus 2. Sorry. It's my bad. Your initiative should be plus 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's probably my fault.
7.
And then Pup, you got 22. Pup, you or Rezig want to go first?
I'm paralyzed.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So I'll roll you first. So I got 3, 7, 9, 22. Dresden, what'd you get?
A 9.
Another 9. Okay, so you and Killwise are.
Sweet.
You
You
guys
have
can
to
decide.
roast one vote for it, or
Pup, you're laying there. You can feel like something heavy rolling through your veins. It's this paralytic something.
Rolling in the deep.
Give me another Constitution saving throw.
3.
3. You just feel it roiling, and you see this thing kind of. It's weird, but it's starting to puff up. It was maybe only 4 feet in diameter in the beginning, but it started screaming and it's puffing up and it's bigger and it's bigger. And by this point, it's almost 8 feet in diameter. It's almost twice the size it was. And you see these teeth are like 2 feet tall, and he's got just row after row of them, maybe 2 or 3 rows of these foot-long teeth.
How big is its head?
Its head is now gigantic, and its mouth almost opens up. You didn't see it because
Like a
there was
snake?
a fold. Yeah, but its mouth is
Great.
way back here, so its head is just opened up
Oh.
huge. And right on the back of it, you see those 4 arms just flailing about like crazy. Those long, long, long arms.
Yeah, that's great. Someone kill this, please.
Pup just kind of notices that this thing is.
It's really big. It's really big. If you look at it, it's so big now.
Rezek, you hear this, and you jump to action.
What?
It's really big now.
So I'm gonna just Incento. I'm gonna send a Firebolt at the big worm
Okay.
or
Give me
caterpillar.
an attack.
Okay. That's a 10.
10. So you shoot at this thing, and you get a glancing blow, but you notice that its skin is super thick, and this fireball just kind of skips off of its like thick hide and then goes off, not quite connecting.
Okay, and then I'm gonna try to like hide behind one of the pillars, and as I run, I know that like Bobby knows it's not real, but again, Rezik's like really messed up right now mentally from all of the stuff with Eva, so he's gonna like as he's running like yell at Eva. who I'm assuming he's probably behind us somewhere.
Yeah, she's just falling.
Eva, hide! And it's like
Eva runs
her
over,
hide.
and you see her hide right next to you behind this pillar. Dresden or Killwise, who wants to go first?
I had said that I was running over to grab Pup, so either or. But
you had
I'm just
scooped her
gonna
up and
run
pulled
over
her
and just
back.
try and like just grab
Yeah.
her and just
You-
make
you-
it behind maybe one of the pillars if I can, something along those lines.
You had done that right before the lights came out, so you had successfully done that pre-turn.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so just prop her up behind one of the pillars. Just
All right,
like,
right next to you.
or whatever, like, you're doing great,
And
And
runs up with the pup, just like pops her right next to you guys.
Lightsaber.
was someone carrying a torch or anything like that? Did Pup
I
help
had
with-
the sword.
Okay, yeah, I'll go back for that torch.
The room is lit up. There's those braziers on the wall. On the pillars had lights. This room has pretty good light, surprisingly.
Okay, I take that back. I just then run out and then without a torch, I do the Jurassic Park thing. Basically just trying to get its big stupid attention.
Yeah,
right on
and then
me.
the more you wave around, like it seems like the more it's really attracted to that movement, that shimmering of your sword in the light, and then immediately its head just and then just
Yeah.
I'm gonna come and mess it up. I'm just kidding.
yeah, and it just you see this like it's hitting with such force that the room in itself is like almost vibrating like this massive smashing vibration.
Were those smashing vibrations hitting me?
You feel a little bit. You just feel a little bit in your gut. And
Oh,
maybe
but it was hitting the. I thought you said it attacked me.
It's crunching. No. It was just snapping its
Great.
jaws
Okay.
at you,
Even
and
better.
So strong that
Yeah. Immediately, I'm just like, this was a bad.
All right, Kelwise, you see Dresden kind of waving his sword, and this thing kind of takes its focus off the rest of the group. You're still kind of in its direction.
Yeah, and I'm thankful that it's now got its attention on Dresden. So I'm going to pull out my bow, and I'm going to let an arrow go at it.
Okay. Give it a shot.
9.
A 9. Yeah, so same way. You shoot this arrow, and one of those arms just kind of grabs the arrow out of the air, snaps it in half, and then throws it onto the ground.
Ooh.
Well, it's not looking, right? It's just like not
well,
looking at me. You see the arrow fly.
But
Okay.
you would assume one of those things, something saw it and grabbed it out of the air and broke it in half. You gonna do anything else?
Yeah, I'm going to go hide behind the nearest pillar, maybe in the opposite direction of Dresden. So if Dresden went, west or whatever, I'm going to go east.
Dresden,
That's
go in
smart.
one direction, and then you're running off that direction. Okay.
Tell my story.
Hold on a second. All right. That happens. Cornelia, what are you gonna do?
So I'm going to. So can I? Are there like rafters or anything, or is it just the chandelier on the ceiling?
It's just that chandelier that's like 40 feet above you. It's hanging maybe 10 feet off the ceiling.
And there's no way I can climb up a pillar or something, or get high off the ground in any way.
The pillars are almost 5
Are
foot.
the columns? Yeah, okay.
It'd be very difficult to climb. Not impossible, but even if you did climb them, that chandelier is still like maybe 20 feet from one of the pillars. So it would be nearly impossible for you to get,
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this minor illusion thing successfully someday. I'm going to try to put one around Pup to kind of camouflage her, so just so she's hidden, maybe
Okay, yeah.
behind
Give me give me an Arcana check. Give me an
What's my
Arcana skill. So you roll
Arcana check.
What was that?
roll an Arcana skill save or skill check.
Makes sense. Can't I hear anymore? Wow, natural 1.
Natural 1.
Oh.
All right. This illusion kind of pops up around Pup, and it's a little wonky. It's got some holes in it, so maybe not as intended. But you certainly did
Thanks.
try. Yeah.
I feel very safe now.
All right. Trust. What are you doing?
I'm gonna dart behind the nearest pillar, and then peeking out, I'm going to use Vicious Mockery.
Okay. And that's what kind of a save is that?
Wisdom save, Wisdom 13.
Okay, so you mock this thing, and it doesn't feel like your words are getting through to its head.
Bummer.
You're pretty sure you know when you really got that. It's just that what is that feeling when you're like, got him, and you just
Called success, James.
Yeah.
It's very foreign. I know.
Yeah. Damn, got him. Yeah. It just doesn't feel good. The good you really want. Suddenly you see Fitz run up, grab this torch from in front of this thing, and he's like, "Foul beast, you shall not pass!" And he starts going like this.
You beautiful, wonderful idiot. Can't wait.
And immediately you just see pop, 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 pop. And just 4 of those arms, all 4 of them just And the only reason he's still standing is because when one hit him one way and he was about to go flying, the other one hit him back upright, and then up and then back up. And then as that happens, he just kind of falls to the ground. And you hear, Dresden, Cornelia, Trust, anyone? And he's facing away from you guys, so he doesn't really know. And luckily, the torch has fallen farther away from his body. But yeah, he just.
We need to.
Sad. It was heroic, but it's sad at the same time. Rezik, what are you up to?
I just shake my head at his limp body.
Oh man. See here. I am. Boy. I don't know what to do right now because I don't want Fitz to die. I'm just gonna try to do also. I'm gonna try to do a minor illusion, and make it into, maybe like a statue of like a spider, and like put it like right next to where Fitz is, and hopefully that will make it.
Statue around him. Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Or like right next to him to try to make it so like it's vision. Maybe it like we'll see that and try to like attack that instead of Fitz. Hopefully, I don't know. Just trying something.
Oh, okay, like an illusion. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a minor illusion. Yeah.
Maybe rubble.
Rubble.
Idea.
It's not a bad idea, actually.
Yeah,
good idea.
So what's your Arcana check?
Sorry. So it was 23.
Okay, 23. Give me an investigation check.
I want to make him look like a big steak. Can I make him look like a steak, just laying on the ground, very juicy, covered in A1 sauce?
Kobe beef. Wagyu steak.
22 for the investigation.
Okay, so this thing appears, and instantly this caterpillar creature just kind of recoils, and instantly, with Dresden like swinging his sword around, it like sees this thing for like a split second, and then instantly its head just goes shoo to Dresden, who's just swinging this sword around, and you get the sense that it is very, very, very attracted to movement. It's very T-Rex like. In that
it's all in the stubby limbs. Happens every time.
Yeah, but it seems like your statue distracted it long enough to forget about the unmoving Fitz.
Okay, well that's good. Okay, well that's good to know. That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pup, give me a Constitution saving throw.
15.
A 15. Yeah. This round, you're still numb, but you just slowly start that feeling just starts coming back to your limbs, and you start like shaking it off a little bit. You're still sitting on the ground, but it seems like in about 6 seconds you'll be able to jump up and spring into action.
I saw what I can do.
Dresden, what are you doing?
Fantastic. I shout encouragement to Pup. You're doing great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna charge this stupid thing. Why not? You know, it's looking at me. Let's keep its attention on me. I'm just gonna run up and try and Samwise it.
All right. Give me an attack.
Aw.
Otherwise,
Yeah. 16.
16. So yeah, you just run up and you take this sword and you just plunge it deep into the side of this thing's body. Give me damage.
Not so great. 6 points of
6
points
of damage. Okay, you stab this thing and you wrench it out, and there's almost this blue, viscous, sticky blood and viscera that comes off on your sword. It's this thing is now right in front of your face with these jaws just. Kelwise, what are you doing?
Great.
The chandelier that's in the center of the room. What's the diameter on it? How big is it?
It's maybe 15 by 15 foot.
So it's big.
Yeah, and it's
unlit.
It's unlit, but it's about 20 feet farther into the dungeon than you are.
What, if I can discern, is it anchored to the ceiling by? Is it like rope
It
or
looks like a chain,
metal?
like a thin
Looks
metal
like a-
chain. It's
And
enough.
at the far end, you said there's like a throne. Is that right?
Yes.
I'm heading toward the throne.
Okay.
Stealthily.
Oh,
Cloak pulled tight.
Okay, so
Move.
you're gonna try and stealth your way over there. All right, so you can only go about 30 feet while stealthing. Give me a stealth check with advantage because Dresden's like cutting its face off right now.
19.
All right, yeah, you make it about 30 feet. It's gonna be about another 90 feet to get to the throne, ish, 80 feet ish to the throne.
But I'm nearer to the chandelier.
What?
But I'm nearer to the chandelier right now.
You're basically like right under the chandelier now.
Okay.
So,
Do I still have an action?
no. So your stealth would have been you took your stealth, yeah. So you used your action to kind of make double damn sure that this thing isn't chasing you. All right, Cornelia.
Yes. I'm gonna draw back my bow and aim at the worm.
Okay. Give me a shot.
I will. Not. It's a 2.
It's a 2. All right. Yeah. This thing is just flailing around, and again, you shoot this arrow, and that arm grabs the arrow out of the air, snaps it in half, throws it again. It seems like for whatever reason, like the faster something moves, the more accurately this thing just pinpoints it, grabs it, and throws it. Trust. What do you do? Your only hope.
So is there a door behind it, or is there a way?
It didn't look like there was any kind of doorway or anything on the walls. You can't really see because of the giant pillar sticking up the rest of the room. All you can kind of
Alright.
see is that big throne at the end.
Okay, well then, I'm gonna. I don't know where to place this. I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to make like a giant like hawk noise in our area, so that it hopefully goes the opposite way of us.
A hawk noise? Okay.
Yes. Like I
So. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So you start. This hawk noises just start echoing throughout the chamber, and those of you who aren't looking are kind of like, "Oh shit, more stuff." It's strange, but you notice like the noises of this this bird sound. It doesn't even flinch. It like doesn't affect it at all. It just
Trust lets off a few choice curse words.
Do you want to do anything else?
Yeah, can I try now? Can I try sneaking like Cowwise? Like follow Cowwise?
Well, it would kind of take. Yeah, you can move, but you'd be moving even slower. So you'd be
That's
moving.
fine.
What's your movement? You'd be moving like 12 feet around at this point.
Why is my movement half or?
Because you're trying to move sneaking. He had to use a dash to move 30 because his.
Okay, got it. Okay, well then I'll do that.
Okay, so give me a stealth with advantage, or the Dresden advantage.
18.
18. Yeah, so you managed to kind of sneak away the same way that Kelwise is going in that pathway, and it doesn't seem to notice you at all. Fitz stays limp on the ground, cheering you on in his own very selfish, help me way. And
I like that.
as that's going on, this thing in a very slow manner, it's weird, but scoops up Fitz's body, and you see it and you see it, and then boom, this thing comes crashing down, and you just hear, "Ah!" and you look, and Fitz,
Dead.
his whole left arm is just gone.
Oh,
He's still wiggling on the ground, upset for a few seconds before he just kind of and passes out.
Man, Scar's the least of his worries now.
He is left armless and probably bleeding to death. Hard to tell, but when you lose an arm, that's the kind of thing that happens.
Right. Anybody got any
then-
healing kits?
This thing also, two of its arms, Dresden, just come bat bat right at you.
Super.
Super.
What's your armor class?
Not enough. I'm not in a defensive stance right now, so 12.
It rolled 2 11s.
This one's for you, Fitz.
Yeah, and you just kind of like kink, kink, and when it hits your sword, it's like this fleshy arm hits your sword, but it's almost like a steel dagger coming down. Whatever those spikes, those needles are like as hard as bone, and they just bing, bing off of your sword as you deflect their attacks.
Great.
And
Does
the
it
thing
spark?
screeches
Sparks a little,
again.
doesn't it?
Yeah, just ever so slightly. Maybe it's the flickering of the lights. It's
It's tough
really
to tell.
Yeah,
Tough
tough. All right, Rezik.
Okay.
The only one that's gonna need damage right now is Dresden, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, imagine like a big, giant sausage, and you take a toothpick and you poke it once. That's about the damage you guys have done to this thing.
Awesome.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's horrific. I am going to try to distract it once again because I don't have a lot of spells really. So I'm gonna use prestidigitation and try to make like a bunch of kind of sparks, almost like fireworks. A small amount of it, but they're like gonna have like glowing butterflies swirling around inside of it.
Just says R.I.P. Fitz.
Kind of like nearby to try to distract it again.
All right, give me an Arcana check.
MySpace glitter font.
I'll cry.
Don't threaten
Okay,
us with a good time. No, I'm just
All
kidding.
right, 14. 14.
Oh, 14. Okay, yeah. So the sparks come, and immediately when these sparks start just flying out of your hand, like sparklers just
Oh,
going off.
I created 10 feet away from me, but like in an area where like he can like the
Right over
catapult
its head?
get- No.
Yeah, it just
Smells like
shoo, looks straight at those fireworks. Pup, you're just renewed. You got your movement back. You feel limber.
I'm livid.
You feel
I
rested.
just saw my friend get smushed like a little bug by this stupid bug. I'm gonna sprint at it and I'm gonna punch it a bunch.
Okay.
Wait, question, James.
Mhm.
Is my bardic inspiration only in combat, or can I use it? Like, could I use it now?
You can give it. So it takes a bonus action to give your bardic inspiration to somebody. For this time only, since it's like really our first combat, we can retcon if you want to just toss a bardic inspiration to someone, but you usually use your bonus action to give a player bardic inspiration, and they have it for a minute per bardic level or something
10
like
minutes.
that. 10 minutes. There you go. 10 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. I just couldn't tell the way it's in here if it was in combat or not in combat.
Yeah. So you give the inspiration to them, and then
Okay.
they choose when to use it.
Okay.
And is it a
Can I
D4
give it
right
to?
now?
Oh, where does it say?
Oh, maybe it's a D6.
1d6.
1d6. Okay. So, inspire away.
I would like to inspire Pup.
How do you inspire her?
How am I being inspired?
Well, you're already really angry, but I'm just gonna be like, yeah, Pup, rip his face off!
His face off!
You get the D6 Bardic Inspiration to use on basically any D20 roll, almost.
Big nasty.
All right, Pup, in a rage, just goes full Super Saiyan and goes busting towards this caterpillar.
I want to like run up one of the pillars, like parkour up it, bop him like on top of his body. Like I'm going full Anki.
Okay, all right. You like kind of 2-step up this pillar, jump off, and it's like it turns into like little lines. So in moving so fast, your eyes can't even keep up. She shink through the air, and then boom, she tries to attack this thing.
Which my first attack is going to be
an 18.
18.
Yeah.
You hit.
Oh, out of curiosity, is the creature engaged with Cullen?
It is.
Or engaged with? So does that mean that I get advantage on my rolls? Is that how that works for this?
No.
Okay.
But
Because I'm trying to pull out like my rogue brain, because I would be like, oh well, he's engaged, so I can do sneak attack.
good try. Yeah, rogue.
I thought it was distracted by Rez's.
It's engaged in combat.
Oh,
and
5. I do 5 damage.
5 damage. All right. So yeah, you just teleport in and then and blink of an eye, just boom, nail this thing.
Yeah, and then I'm going to spend a key point to hit it 2 more times.
Okay.
Yeah.
You also get a bonus action hit, right? Or is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
So the key point is after you take the action on your turn, you can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus.
Oh, that's right. I'm so bad with monks. All right. So 2 more attacks come through. So it's just a story of
blows. 12.
12 doesn't hit.
Heck.
So second punch not so impactful. Again, this thing's got such thick skin.
24.
24. Yep, that would do it. Just barely though.
Yeah, right. Oh man, 4.
4 more damage. All right. Yeah, so you just go start punching this thing like
I want to
crazy.
be like standing on it, punching it, and I want to end my turn still on top of its body.
Okay. Yeah. You're just on this. You're ghost riding the
whip.
Ghost ride. That's not right. You're just riding
Ghost ride the whip.
Ghost ride when it's not. You're not on it. Yeah. The opposite of a ghost ride. What would that even be?
Called riding.
Yeah.
A corporeal ride?
Corporeal ride. Yeah. You corporeal ride the caterpillar.
Like a corporealized cars.
Dresden.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and run over and grab Fitz and get him out of there.
Okay, you scoop up Fitz, and you start to run away, and you get about 10 feet away when you hear this through the air. And right into your back, you feel just this prick. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Guys, we're all gonna die here.
Told you we should have left those
Shit.
pauldrons on, guys. Con save?
Yeah.
11.
11. So yeah, you start to slow down and Fitz starts getting heavier. You muscle through it and you manage to just, through sheer will, pull yourself out of it and run out of his range.
All right. I don't know if I still have an action, but if I do, I'm just gonna take one of my bits of med kit and just try and just fucking wrap that thing up.
Yeah. Give me a what are those things called?
Medicine check.
Yeah.
That's a 7.
7. You start wrapping.
Oh no!
It's such a big wound, though. It's probably going to take you more than one turn to finish wrapping him up.
Great.
So you're just the blood is just, there's so much blood. Kelwise.
Oh gosh. I still have rope on me. So how much rope do I have on me, actually? Because do you think it would be the 75 feet that I had requested earlier?
Cut, what, 25 feet off of the 200 feet you had? So you still have 175 feet of rope.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have all the rope.
And it's flame retardant.
Sweet.
Just remember.
That's great to know.
Helpful.
That is helpful.
There's only one thing to do. Tie a lasso, get it around its neck, throw the rest of the rope over the chandelier, and we haul it into the sky.
Oh, see, I was thinking write it like SpongeBob, like that episode of SpongeBob with like the giant worm that kept eating. Write it.
Anyway, what are you doing?
Yeah. Those were kind of my ideas. Or maybe like lasso around a pillar and try to put another end around another pillar and, I don't know, clothesline it.
hawk
I don't know. But what we're actually going to do is I'm going to stealthily move more toward the throne.
Okay. So you're going to use your full action to move as far as you could towards the throne?
I would like to move. Would throwing coins be a bonus action?
Are you throwing it at the monster?
No, more like a distraction.
Because if you just drop the coins, that would be free. You could just drop them easily. But, I mean, fish them out as like maybe a bonus action, reaching to your pouch to just drop coins. Yeah, just flick them like softly. And I mean, if you're gonna baseball pitch, then it's a different scenario. What are you trying to do?
I want a baseball distraction, create a distraction, something shiny that would be a distraction. I would maybe like to baseball pitch the silvers that I have toward somewhere near the caterpillar, but not directly at it. Maybe like a different direction. If it's facing Dresden and
It's
Fitz,
facing the group to the west. It's facing
so I want
westward.
to
On the east
throw
side
them
of-
kind of a different direction from where they are,
right,
in the
so
intent to distract them.
south, north, or east, right towards you.
Let's go north.
North. Okay. Give me a that would probably be your action to throw these coins.
Great. And so I will do that action from behind the pillar that I'm presumably behind.
Okay. Yeah. So you throw these coins up north, and the second they hit the ground, you guys just hear this smattering of like coins and tinny sounds just showering this place, and it echoes pretty loudly in here. And immediately that thing just kind of looks to where you threw the coins. It looks around, and as those coins land, it seems to be still looking for something, but it seems fairly distracted. Are you going to do anything? Are you still moving to the east?
I'm going to stay behind the pillar and not move as much as possible.
Okay, copy that. All right, Kelwise does that. Dresden, we had your turn. All right, Cornelia, what are you doing?
All right. I think I'm going to run over to where Dresden is with Fitz
Mm-hmm.
and create rubble over us.
Okay, give me Arcana check again.
Hopefully not a natural one.
I don't know why. I just want to do it.
You know what? You don't really need any more reason than that.
Yes. I think it's going to work, guys. I got a 17.
17. Yeah, so you make rubble over you, and that thing turns, looks at all those coins, looks back, kind of surveys, and then immediately starts focusing on Pup behind him. It seems like it doesn't even notice the clock that you guys are there anymore. For now. Trust, what are you up to?
Man, on. You remember that we're level 1, right? Like, what's happening? Like, I
This is
can't
good
do
enough.
anything. Oh God. I'm gonna try and keep sneaking towards the throne.
Okay.
To see if there's like anything that can help us on the other side. If we can sneak out, if there's a doorway or anything, because we can't really hurt this thing.
I heard it.
I mean, you seem like you're doing
Punch
damage
it.
to it. It's just like,
Okay.
It's just
Very-
1,000 HP.
yeah.
Okay.
It's got 1,000
Well,
health.
then I'm gonna sneak, but I'm also gonna cast dancing lights, like swirling around its head.
Okay. Yeah. Give me an Arcana check.
Cool. That's a hot 7.
All right. And then you're still going towards the throne, and you're still quite a ways away from the throne, because your legs are tiny as well.
They're
as your body.
small.
But you're moving. Instantly, Dresden, you're working on Fitz. You're working on him hard, and he just coughs up this viscous, super thick blood. That's just it's the kind of blood that you're like, this is now the blood he needs to stay alive, right? You get a nick on your hand and you bleed, you're like, oh, and then someone coughs up that deep-seated blood from just inside, like, your heart, and he's starting to turn even more pale than he was before.
Try to keep that inside of you.
Those forearms on this caterpillar go swinging. One of them goes after those dancing lights and just starts hacking at them violently. Another one starts smacking in the direction that those coins went. And these arms are long. But two of those arms try and strike at Pup, who is corporeal riding the caterpillar.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your armor class?
15.
15. Ooh. First one swings at you and you duck straight under it. Second one swings at you and it can't see you because you're behind it. So it just has such a hard time, and both of them just swing wide.
None of them happened to hit itself, right?
No, they didn't hit itself. Yeah, didn't paralyze itself.
That was my idea.
Yeah.
That's why I was on it. What a bit.
Yeah, and it's weird, but these arms that are sticking out seem to be scarily accurate, even when it's not looking at you, right? It didn't even seem to have to turn its head to look at you. These things just started whacking at you. Yeah, and that's all it kind of does. It kind of moves back a little bit, back towards the throne, away from Dresden's area, only 5 feet, but still just keeps whacking at stuff it can see. Pup, it's your turn.
I'll punch it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just keep bopping it. I'm gonna
bopping.
keep. No, I'm just like really, really mad about seeing my friend being ripped apart.
Okay.
I'm just in a blind rage hitting.
All right, you ready?
16.
16, that's a hit.
And 4.
4 damage. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And then I'm just do a bonus action unarmed strike. I'm not gonna use
All
a
right.
A little bit
point.
helps.
Yeah. And that is 21.
21 hits.
Better 5.
5. Okay. All right. So the second you punch this thing again, this caterpillar just poof, and this thick smoke, maybe 10 feet around it, just explodes out of this thing. And you feel, Pup, you start to fall to the ground. It's almost like you're in a, you know, those like astro jumps, the bouncy castles. It's like you're in a bouncy castle and someone turns off the air and you just start, floating down to the ground until you feel the ground underneath you. There's like a layer of that green thick skin, but you're still standing beneath you. And you just see this smoke so thick you can't even see your hands a foot away from your face.
I think I popped it. Excellent stuff.
You gonna do anything else?
Well, I mean, if it's popped, I'm going to use my movement to go back to and try to go like around a pillar and into the rubble that
All right.
they're hiding
As
in.
you start walking towards the pillar in that direction, you just hear a, and ever so slightly you feel in the air just like this whip coming towards you. And you kind of sense it. You see it coming, whipping through the smoke, and you jump, and right under you, you see one of those tentacles just go shoo, right under you. And then you head off.
Yep.
Okay, and you pop out, and the smoke ring is only maybe 20 feet in diameter, but it's so thick that it's just impossible to see into. Rezik, what are you doing?
Okay, so this thing is still alive then. Just like part of it popped, I'm guessing. Is that what happened?
As far as you know.
It's a butterfly now.
Okay. All right. So I will. So the fireworks are still going. I'm gonna. Can I try to? Like, I'm trying to like watch this thing and figure out like what its deal is. Is its entire thing based off of movement? Is that why it's able to see it, or to kind of see what's happening so quickly when things move around it?
It seems to be attracted to movement, as far as you know.
Okay.
I mean, that's as much as you can glean from what's happened so far.
Okay. So, and then also there was that chandelier up above us, right?
Yes.
And how high was that?
It's about 40 feet up in the air.
40 feet, darn it. Okay. All right, well, in that case then, so I'll just yell, I think it's attracted to movement. Maybe, stay still if possible. And I'll just throw another firebolt at it.
Okay.
Hopefully it works.
Attack with, give me a disadvantage, because it's kind of invisible.
Oh, darn, okay. That's gonna be a 13?
A 13. So you shoot this fireball into the smoke, it disappears, and you hear a poof.
Okay.
And that's
all right.
That's all you hear.
That's me.
As soon as that happens, you guys just feel this enormous amount of wind just explode from the center of this ball, and the smoke dissipates instantly. And everybody who's kind of within range, which is basically anyone who's not behind a pillar, give me an athletics check right now, or acrobatics, whichever one's higher.
Woohoo! Is that behind a pillar?
Let's see, you ran.
I went to go behind a pillar to be next to them, but I don't know. I kind of went in.
Yeah, you can be behind a pillar.
Yeah, I'm behind a pillar.
Natural one.
There's a lot of pillars in there.
Yeah. What'd you get?
Natural one.
Natural one. Yeah. You and Fitz
Focusing
are
on applying this band-aid.
just thrown against the wall. You guys are actually kind of in front of the walkway, so you guys are kind of thrown down the hallway, and you luckily don't get, hit on any walls. But as anyone else, Rezik, you're kind of out in the open, right?
No, I've been popping out from that column. Yeah.
Trust, you've been sneaking behind pillars. Everyone's kind of behind pillars except for Dresden. All right. Yeah, and what you see before you is these giant wings this
Oh my
green
god.
amorphous creature with these 4 tentacles coming out of its back, just kind of writhing around, and you just see this. And the one word that comes to mind is Mothra. But that is where we're gonna take our mid break. We're gonna come back to
You step through the swirling purples and grays of the portal into the realm of nightmares. Instantly, you feel a cold darkness wash over you. In front of you stands an old church made of rotted dark wood with thorny vines winding around it. Encircling the church is an iron fence with a creaky, rusty gate.
I attack the gate.
Roll an attack. Smash! The gate breaks off its hinges and comes crashing to the ground. Just inside, you see a long pathway leading to the church, made of smooth gray stone.
I attack the stones.
Really?
Yes, how many are there?
A few thousand?
Alright, well. Hit. 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 Hit.
Okay, let's just say you managed to break all the stones.
Huzzah!
Good for you.
Just before the entrance of the church, you notice 2 statues atop marble basins looming over you.
What do the statues look like?
They're 2 gargoyles with long faces full of jagged teeth.
Are they alive?
Well, they're not moving, but from what you know, some are magically enchanted and can sit as still as stone.
You guys go in first.
What does the entryway look like?
Just past the 2 foreboding gargoyles, there's a large wooden double door with
I attack the doors.
The gargoyles attack you. Roll initiative, everyone.
She's the one that I want with me when the sky comes crashing down to the sea. And I'll always trust her to roll 20. Everyone's excited because tonight we're playing D&D.
I'm super excited about this part of the campaign. There's a witch inside of the church named Night Terror, and in order to escape her evil aura, you must first conquer your greatest fears. Well, that's only if they make her mad. They're gonna make her mad.
All right, remember, no one make her mad or else bad things will happen.
Don't worry, Princess Adeline. We'll protect you.
Okay, but what if she's like too attracted to me and I have to turn down her sexual advances? What if she can't handle the rejection?
Okay, you are literally not allowed to talk to her.
All right, we enter the church. I go in last.
In front of you is the decrepit visage of a woman. Deep pools of blackness fill her eyes as silver clumped matted hair hangs in front of her face. She sits perched atop an altar, and she gives you a rotted, toothy grin as you enter.
Oh, mighty deity of nightmares. We have come to ask that you remove the wards surrounding Dragon's Peak so that we may defeat the king and free the angel entombed there.
And why would I do that?
Great priestess of horrors, we know that the king of the Dragon's Peak has challenged you for your throne in the past. Wouldn't it be both our interests to defeat him?
I do not need your help, you pathetic weakling.
Well, is there anything else you want?
Bring me a human sacrifice, one I could use to cross to the mortal realm and enslave the races.
Done and done.
No, Bubbles, she will enslave everyone in darkness.
Well, what are we going to do?
Okay, guys, I got this.
Oh, no.
Hey, girl, if I was in charge of the alphabet, I'd put you between F and CK, if you catch my drift.
Roll a charisma check. I can think of a better place to put you.
Awesome. Sidebar. Is she hot?
She's like the oldest woman you've ever seen, and then add 100 years.
Nice. There's about to be some aggressive cuddling up in here.
Ooh, then why don't you show me just how aggressive you can be?
Baby girl, I'm a barbarian. I can rage for exactly 1 minute. Twice.
What a large axe you have.
That's not the only thing that's large.
Dad, okay, we get it.
No. Don't stop.
Sometimes as a DM, you're forced into some weird situations, but the best of us just kind of roll with it. Because of the... Okay.
Can we skip the details, please?
Yes, we can skip the details.
Fine.
All right, now that the cuddle fest is over, is she willing to lower the barrier?
Oh, I didn't ask.
Was she?
I've had better.
Focus. Can you ask?
Fine. Mrs. Miss? Ms.? Yo, super old lady.
Captain Explosion. I've been wanting to talk to you now that we're dating.
Oh, shit. Listen, I think you're awesome. But I think we work better with like a friend dynamic, you know? I don't know if I'm ready for a relationship, not in the headspace for something like that. You know, it's not you, it's me.
Oh my god. You are going to piss her off.
Why is he gonna piss her off?
Noah, he just slept with her. Of course she'd be pissed off.
He's just being honest. Don't women want honesty?
Oh, now I'm pissed off, Noah.
You're all frozen by Night Terror's curse. In order to break free and defeat her, each of you must conquer your greatest fear.
So what, like Bubbles has to be like nice to someone?
No. Bubbles must sing us one of her original songs.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, no. I've never played my songs for my husband or even my mom. She's never even heard me play a song. And I sprained my finger last week, so good luck with that.
Yeah, and I'm not afraid of anything, so automatic pass.
It's true that Captain Explosion is fearless when it comes to combat, but he does fear one thing: the unknown. Captain Explosion cannot open this box, lest his soul be forfeit to the Nightmare Realm for all of eternity.
Okay, well, what's inside? No, what's inside? What's in it? I'm fine. I'm good. What's in the box? No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Is it edible? I don't care. I really
Haroldine, you have a strong sense of insight and are good at reading people. But what happens when you can't see their face?
Oh, dude,
Oh my god, Noah! What's mine?
Princess Adeline must reveal her deepest, darkest secret.
What? That is not fair! You got a box!
It's not as bad as it seems. Sarah once sent a student to time out at her preschool and they disappeared. I mean, they showed up at the end of the day. It's just she doesn't want anyone to know, so... Ow.
I shouldn't open it, right? Right? Should I open it? You're being really unhelpful, man. Man. Oh, cool, you get a ukulele. I get this freaking box of freaking mystery. Do I open it? 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 I'm so fucking mad. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Stupid buttons.
Well, she's refusing to come out of my room. Great idea, Noah.
Noah always takes things too far.
Yeah, he always has to push the envelope. It's like with the book contest. He submitted without even asking me.
Somebody had to. I had nothing to do with this.
My greatest fear. I mean, there's just so many. You know, I'd have to say Bigfoot. It's why I can't watch the Star Wars.
Sarah, it is literally not a big deal.
That's because it's not your secret to tell. I can tell my deepest, darkest secret.
How bad could it be? I mean, you should just tell us, for the sake of the group. So one time, one of Sarah's students wandered into my class. Like, she thought she lost him. Oh, I never told her. It still haunts her to this very day. That's funny. To me. Sarah, I'm literally your best friend. I'm not going to tell anyone.
No.
How bad could it be? What, did something happen at school?
I had an intercourse dream about Noah.
Really?
But I love Gary. It's never happened before.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I'm okay. Everything's fine. I am not okay.
What do you think the dream meant, though?
Wow.
Giant
serotonin.
butterfly in the middle of the room. Segway.
Butterfree.
We're jumping back in. There's
There's a giant butterfree.
There's a butter uncute right in the middle, and this thing is green, and it's almost glowing with this kind of undulating glow, and it's got this green. And you see these little particles floating around the outside of it, very similar to something you saw earlier in this particular cave. We had just left off with Pup punching this thing, and then it exploded, and then Dresden, you and Fitz got blown into the hallway, kind of undoing some of the banding that you'd done, leaving just a thick trail. Not even like droplets, like just a thick streak of all the lost blood that he's exuded.
At least we know where it is.
It's your turn. You managed to hang on to your kit and everything. It wasn't so strong that it like blasted your kit apart, but
great.
Kind of had to start from zero.
I'm just gonna keep trying to heal this kid. And should I make a medicine check?
Yep.
Is it my turn? Yeah, it's my turn. Okay, great. 12.
12. Yeah, so you managed to finally get that bandage on, and it immediately turns red, but you get enough of it on that it like seems to have stopped the bleeding for now. And he seems to be breathing a little easier, but you know, when he wakes up, he's going to be a pain in the ass. That is the first thought that comes to your head.
Okay, is he unconscious? Is he stable?
Yes.
What do I?
He's unconscious. Just kind of He's got a heartbeat. It's faint, but he's got a heartbeat. Yeah. You've basically done all you can for him.
Great. If I've got anything left, I'm just gonna drag him like to the edge, not into the room, but just like away from the chucks or whatever.
Yeah. You come back and he's just covered in these little barnacles.
Yeah. So away from those, but not like in the room, just at the thing, and then I'm just gonna survey the room, and that's probably all I've got, right?
Yeah. You just see this thing just in the middle of the room, maybe 20 feet in the air.
I just turn around and I just go.
Yeah.
I just leave.
Yeah. Kelwise.
Okay, so first while still hiding behind the pillar, yell out to everyone, we need to try some fire. And I don't have any. So I am going to pull out another arrow and I'm going to fire an arrow at this thing.
Copy that. Roll an attack.
Come on, baby. 7.
7. Yeah, you fire this arrow and immediately one of those tentacled arms, again, grabs that arrow, snaps it in half, throws it to the ground. Anything else? Actually, roll with advantage because you are hidden, right? You were hiding. You're stealthy, and it wasn't aware of you, so you get advantage on an attack.
17.
17? I take it back. So that arrow, it tries to grab it. You're shooting it right in the back, and that tentacled arm goes to grab it, but it misses and right in its back. And you hear this sound as it just gets pegged in the back.
Huh. Watch out, there's a horse in here.
I got 4 for damage.
4 damage. And that's plus your dexterity?
Oh. No, it's not. 7 damage.
7 damage. All right. So yeah, you just shoot it, and it's making this weird sound now that's just skittering around, and it's echoing loudly and reverbing off the walls. Yeah. Anything else you're gonna do? You got a movement action?
Get right back behind that pillar and hide.
Okay. So you get back behind the pillar. Hiding's gonna be a whole other action, but you can still like kind of take cover from this thing. Cornelia.
That'll work.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna just attack something. I'm gonna attack the. Oh my gosh, because there's something flying in the air now. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the worm, I guess, as well with my arrow.
Well, the worm now just a skin laying on the ground.
Yeah.
It's a nothing.
So I'm gonna attack the one thing.
Okay. Go for it.
Oh my gosh. Natural 1.
Natural 1. Yeah, so you go to shoot this thing and your arrow isn't quite on the line, and then you let it slip and then just boom, you just hear this boom, and the arrow just kind of falls to your feet. Are you gonna
Nobody saw, and I'm gonna tuck away in the shadows.
Good one, Kel. You kind of just pop out, boom, falls to your feet, slip back in. One very smooth motion. Trust. What do you
It's just flying around us, like.
It's floating for now. Yeah, it hasn't really moved yet.
What eats butterflies? What creature
Is it a
eats
butterfly or a moth?
Crows.
Moth. Crows. I
Oh.
already tried a
tell.
bird noise. It
Bug
didn't work. Bug zapper.
Well, we know that it likes it's attracted by like movement. We know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Kelwise said something about like using fire. So
Yeah.
Moths, fire.
I guess I will just try to use vicious mockery again.
Okay. So, what do you say to this giant green glowing creature?
Oh, you filthy, slimy, worm-turned, flapping nuisance! You slime of the earth! You don't deserve to live! You took my friend's arm! I'll take your life! She called him his friend.
Roll damage.
it's great seeing this hot dog just yelling things.
Oh, where's my... I haven't used my... Here you are. Running out of the bar.
Ooh.
Ooh, nice ASMR going with that. Ooh.
Come on,
3.
3 damage. All right, and then he has disadvantage on his next attack.
Psychic damage, yes.
Okay.
Disadvantage on next attack roll.
All right. So you yell all this out, and the second you yell at it, you just see its head just kind of shaking, and then it just kind of shoo, looks straight at you, and dives straight at you, Trust. And just it from you outside, it looks like it's tackled Trust, but Trust, you notice that before it even gets to you, those 4 arms just pa-pa, 2 of them come slashing out at you. What's your armor class?
11.
11. And the first one you duck under, and the second one hits you right in the arm. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
I have too many things on my desk right now. Well, that's exciting. That's a 6.
A 6. You duck under the first one, the second one hits you, and you're like, huh, that didn't hit as much as you hit the ground, and this thing just lands right on top of you, and that's when you see it. It was impossible to see before because its body was almost black, and it just goes, and these teeth, these jagged teeth come out and right into your flesh.
Cool.
All right.
And I'm dead.
I'm sorry?
There's so many things being rolled.
All right. You take 15 points of damage as this thing goes right for your throat and just bites
We have
straight
no
in.
healers, I don't
It
think.
starts drinking, and as it does that, you just see those green, almost spore-like things just start to go out of its body, all around it, just puffing out, just flicking out of it. But it's on the ground for now.
I'm dead.
Well, how much HP did you have?
12.
12. So you're not dead. You're just
unconscious.
Mostly dead.
all dead. Yeah, you're just
You're just
mostly-
unconscious. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm insta dead.
I mean, it rolled a critical hit, so it's not my fault.
Feeling much better.
Rezik, Pup, you see this. Rezik, you see this. You guys are the same turn order. I think Pup, you were going first.
Yeah.
Pup, you see it just tackles Trust. These fangs come out right into her neck and just starts just
Took one for the
Ra-
team.
just rending.
Oh, I Angie. Oh, I Angie. Oh, I'm a beat it up.
Okay,
Okay.
so roll a
Oh.
beat up.
Okay. I'm going to use my quarterstaff for this, but I forgot that I had it.
You're blind with rage.
19.
19 hits.
And then, so I'll do 40 quarterstaff. I do this one. 9 damage.
Oh. Okay.
And then I super Angie because I don't like to see my friends getting hurt, so I will use a key point to do a flurry of blows.
Tight.
Flurry that.
Get it.
Question: if I'm using Bardic Inspiration, do I need to do that before I roll, or can I
No.
re-roll something after?
It's not a reroll. You just add a d6 to
Oh,
it.
got it. Do I have to choose the time when I do it, or can I be like, oh, this sucks, can I do my Bardic Inspiration now?
Yeah, you can roll it after.
I'm gonna do it now.
All right.
16.
16's a hit.
4.
4 damage. All right.
And then I get one more punchy punch. And that's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20's a hit.
And that is another 5.
5. All right. So with the last hit, so you jump up, you smack this thing with your quarterstaff, you punch it in the back of the head, you take your fist, and you punch the back of that. You palm strike the back of that arrow that Cornelia had shot, or Kelwise had shot.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, definitely Cornelia.
One of the two shot it. It was hard to tell which one shot it.
I finally hit something.
Yeah. And it just poof, you burst that arrow straight through its body, and it just kind of, it just like starts freaking out, and it just starts vibrating, and just plumes of this green mist just start coming out of it. Roll a Constitution saving throw. You too, Trust.
17.
17?
Mm-hmm.
If Constitution, don't I can get more hurt? I'm like passed out. It's a natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay, and there's
Oh, you come back to life.
boom erupts, and the creature just almost explodes, and you see just pieces of like what was wing, pieces of what could be the head, those like long flagellum arms. It just explodes in this puff of green mist that's just floating all around that area.
And I'm just like screaming as I do this. As I was hitting it, and I just like am continuously screaming at its dead body as it's on the floor dead. I am just still actually screaming because I'm so mad.
Okay. So, Rezik, you see this thing just burst, and Pup's just on the floor screaming, and you see Trust's body just bleeding and hemorrhaging out of her neck.
Okay.
That's a horrifying image. Your dead sister's like behind you.
Yeah, I kind of just I tell Eva to I tell Eva to stay hidden, and then I'm just gonna like just sprint over there and try to stabilize Trust if I can.
So you sprint over to Trust, but you have to run into that green fog.
That's okay. I'm gonna do it.
Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oof, not good. Constitution 6.
All right. You just taste this like almost dried air. It's like stale, dry air, and it's hard to describe, but it kind of tickles the back of your throat and just sits there.
Like that.
You reach Trust, and you just see those teeth went into her throat and then just started sawing back and forth. So you just see this gaping wound, and it's hard to make out where is what.
Yeah, I'll just try to put pressure on where wherever the blood's coming from. It's gonna put pressure on there with like some of my, I'll just rip off some clothes, like a piece of my shirt or whatever, and just try to like put pressure on it and stop it.
All right, roll a medicine check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage, arg.
Yeah, because you don't really have any healing medical kit or anything like that. It's just.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was just going off the we need a medical kit to actually stabilize somebody, huh? So I was going off the book. It says you can stabilize somebody if you just roll. It wouldn't like heal, but it would just stabilize. But
the book.
We're not playing without a medical kit. My rule is like without a medical kit, like you're just trying to like grab a cloth and put it on this like gaping wound. It would be really hard to like, in my mind, if you don't have a med kit, it's harder to stabilize.
All right, so that was going to be a 12, so not great. But...
So you managed to like take her neck, hold it closed, and then wrap it with just some cloth and hold it there, which seems to be working better than nothing. It seems to be holding in her throat for now.
Okay.
Yeah, and Dresden, you see this kind of happen.
Is it my turn?
Yep.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, I'll just start screaming. I'll start screaming Dresden, like just bloody murder, just Dresden!
I need a medic!
Yeah. I don't know how far away, but I'll just sprint
she's
over
pretty
there.
close. She's pretty close.
Oh.
She didn't get too far, so you could probably
Fantastic.
sprint over there, and you're gonna use your med kit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a med kit.
Okay, medicine. 16.
16. Yeah. So because you held it all in place and it all came together so well, Dresden's able to run over there and wrap up her neck and kind of wake her up because he knows that she's better off awake. And how many points do you heal for?
All right, I have to. When it's successful, it's a d6 plus. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus hit points equal to the creature's max number of hit dice.
Which is 1.
So 7, so 8. 8 points.
So you get 8 hit points back, Trust, as he kind of wraps up your
Oh, I don't
right?
have to make a death saving throw?
No, because he healed you. He's like very, very proficient with medical.
Except she was dying, so she should come back to just 1. Raw.
Oh.
Yeah, it says when you use a healer's kit to stabilize a dying creature, that creature also regains 1 hit point.
All right.
So either way, but yes,
Well,
you're right.
We'll go roll it. You're awake for now. I'll kind of read through that. We should kind of go over. I'll homebrew everything like I do.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just telling you what's wrong.
Yeah. Well, either way, Daye, you wake up, and you feel that throbbing pain in your throat, and you go to speak, and
don't move.
Your voice is a little hoarse. Something got scratched in there, and your voice. I mean, because you have such a specific, trained voice. Something doesn't feel right. Something got tweaked.
Your moneymaker.
No.
The horse.
So yeah, the order's kind of over. The room settles down a little bit.
The thing actually dead.
You guys kind of pull out of that green. Oh yeah, roll a Constitution saving throw because you had to run into that green mist.
Well, I'm not quite sure, but it exploded.
12.
12. Okay, yeah. So you managed to just kind of cover your mouth with a cloth as you run in there. You do everything to pull everybody out. And, the room is like surprisingly quiet now.
Balaclava.
Yeah. There's just a silence, and that cloud seems to slowly dissipate. Just lay lightly on the ground.
All right, be careful with this motion. All right, Trust. Good, great. We've got hands. Hand signals are perfect. That's fine. Rez. Oh, wait. I run back over to Fitz. How's Fitz?
I also, like, as soon as I see that Trust is okay, I also sprint over to Fitz.
Yeah, is he alive?
Yeah, Fitz is still breathing. He's out though. He is out.
He's stable now?
He's stable. Okay. Yeah, it seems like he's gonna pull through, as far as you can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Can I look for his arm?
Yeah, you can look for his
forgot
arm
about that.
in the. Give me an investigation check.
Oh.
I mean, it's an arm. It should be pretty obvious, right?
It could be hidden in the fake rubble.
It's a 1, not a natural 1, but a 1. I rolled a 2, -1.
Well, here's the thing. You find what you think was his arm, but those teeth were just. It was like saw blades running through there. So the second that thing bit off his arm, it was just one grind away from just pure evisceration.
Which arm is he missing?
His left arm.
Was Fitz left or right-handed?
I just saw his word.
He was right-handed. He is still right-handed. Yeah, he's more right-handed now than ever.
Than ever, really. Yeah. Could be worse. I'll pick him up and bring him into the room.
Okay. Are you guys gonna
I'm
take
gonna
a
go check out the throne.
Okay.
Yes. Short rest seems good. I'm gonna check out the throne first.
Okay, well, you guys are going to take like a 10-minute rest, a breather. Kelwise kind of walks over to that throne. And like I said, the throne is like made of like what looks like rusty barbed wire and almost like what looks like butter knives that have been just kind of pointed and sharpened and ground down. This chair is pretty vicious looking.
Butter knives?
Like pure yeah, like butter knives that have been like just scraped against cement for long enough that they're sharp now. Like they weren't.
This thing's made out of prison shivs.
Yeah, pretty much.
The prison
Remind me
ship
to-
throne.
Yeah.
Remind me to thank Daladale and Zuna for sending us over here. This is great.
Yeah, no, great folks.
Super.
I'm having a great time.
Yeah, you meet what do they say? You meet the most wonderful people on a Honda or in the woods. Great folks.
Can I dislodge the sharpened butter knives from the throne?
Try. Give it a shot.
Okay.
Also, roll an investigation check while you're over there.
Okay. Investigation. Ooh.
That's your other one.
No, it's not. That's a 7.
7, yeah. This thing looks to be melted. You try and touch some of those things, and every piece on here is ever so slightly just been melted and grafted to each other to form this chair. It looks like some kind of immense heat. Like everything was kind of just placed. You see like maybe a framework, and then just this immense amount of heat kind of melted it all into one throne.
Perhaps
Placed here.
a dragon breath?
Maybe. I mean, as far as the stories go in this world, like dragons are a myth. They're a storybook fairy tale that, some
as far
people
as
choose to believe.
stories go in this world, how does Mothra rank? Like, honestly though, like, is that something that we would?
Yeah, was that freaky or was that normal?
Freaky like this? Yeah, like monsters aren't like. When you talk about monsters, especially, you're talking about like
the Taxman
assholes. Yeah, that are like, creeping around in the dark at night.
But we knew what bullets were.
Bullets, yeah, but bullets are like they're natural. That's a part of the ecosystem, right? Like that would be like saying rhinoceros are monsters. Like
We're thinking more of
rhino,
like
you're not gonna
Ripper.
have a good time, but they're not necessarily a monster in the same sort. This thing is just beyond comprehension, right? Like
The bourgeois is into some really, really freaky stuff.
Unless we just kill the bourgeois.
I'm considering it at this point.
Yeah, and you also see that like
butterfly
small altars behind this chair. They're like altars you would like kneel at to pray on.
All right, don't anyone do that yet.
How many are there?
There's 2 of them right behind the chair. And you'd also notice to the north, where that thing was initially, kind of where the shadows were, you just see this giant pile of thousands and thousands of bones, most of which look like humanoid bones. There's just this huge pile of them. And those
Are they like
sounds you heard, you assume are just the cracking of bones.
Are they like adult size or kid size?
They're all different sizes.
How very horrible of you to ask.
Well,
Boogeyman.
That's true.
Fair point. It's a fair point.
See if I see anything useful, or see if I can pull on anything. See if there's a trap door somewhere. Or
Yeah. Roll an investigation.
looking for all of those clues, scraped, scratched floor things.
For everything. Here's my investigation check.
Why? Natural 1.
Oh
no!
Please get some dice.
Yeah, I mean, you see the bones. You notice that there's not much like. All the stuff has been picked clean. It's strange, but there's like no gear. It's just a big pile of bones, and the bones have been picked clean to the point where you think this thing was just eating bone marrow at this point. If you could guess, you have no idea.
Is there any left? Just kidding.
Is there any left? Not with the one.
Is there anything else in the room? Any entrances or exits or anything like that? I'm just gonna make a slow walk around the edge.
The entrance you came in from the west side was the only entrance, at least obvious entrance.
I have an idea. What if we take the really, really big caterpillar skin, We put it on top of us, and we walk through the sucker bugs to where we know that there's the other place. But there's a door on that side. There's nowhere else to go from here. But what if we walk through with the,
Good
Like
Chinese
a Chinese New Year dragon? Yeah.
Dragons aren't real. They're silly.
Good point.
I'll
Yeah, I mean,
I'll
it-
just like weakly like give a thumbs up from my corner.
Unless we can find anything else in here, we should look more.
I'll just start digging through the pile of bones, see if there's anything under there.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
Give me an investigation.
Can I assist?
Sure.
So can I assist in that he can roll with advantage, and so I don't have to.
Is that a yes?
Mm-hmm.
Much worse. Investigation, you say?
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, the bones, all of the bones, especially the skulls, seem to be broken in some way. Most of them. Like, it seemed like this thing was gnawing on them, and it just easily could just snap through bones.
Mhm.
Femurs, skulls, they just snap like twigs. And this pile just looks very, very well picked through, though. You see some bones with all the marrow pretty much sucked out and eaten out. Some skulls are pretty small, unfortunately.
Kids.
Could be halflings, could be gnomes, could
Probably
be tiny
kids.
yeah, but
no good street rats.
That's what you find, and there's no weapons, there's no clothing, there's no backpacks, there's no. It looks very clean, which is strange.
What happened to all of their clothes? If they're down here, did the monster eat their clothes?
No, it implies that maybe someone brought them here without their clothes.
Ew, that's gross.
I agree.
Sex cults.
Sex cults.
No good sex cults.
That's what
I want to investigate those altars,
Butter knives.
but from a safe distance, from a few feet away. See if there's any like discernible markings on them.
It doesn't look like there's any markings, but there's two indentions on this little cushion that looks like where if you were to kneel there, that's where you'd kneel there and you'd put your arms up and you could pray.
And is that only on one of the altars or both?
Both of them. The altars look identical. There's no kinds of markings or anything else though on there.
Can I sit in the throne and feel what that feels like?
Sure. Give me an
ultimate power
acrobatics check though, because there's all those sharp edges and stuff in this, and it looks like there is a way to sit in here without getting cut, but like you have to be very careful.
17. Careful.
17. All right, so you sit into it, and it's stiff. It's not great. You don't know why anyone would even make this chair when everyone sees ka-chung, ka-chung, and Cornelia's gone.
Oh.
No.
Good.
Gone, not like the back of the throne came down to meet the seat and crushed her into nothing. Gone, like she's
No, like the chair literally went
Sweeney Todd gone?
Ejected her out.
Okay.
Came back up. And you
Sweeney
saw-
Todd.
Yes, Sweeney Todd. Exactly.
I think Trust is right. We need to go down there.
Someone grab the end of the rope and go next, so we have a way.
Is that what you were saying?
Maybe back out.
I can go.
Yes, that's what I was saying. I was like,
All right, so
veil
yeah,
of
you
danger.
carefully, very carefully.
Wait, but before I go though, I want to get like a little piece of the wing and like roll it up and put it in my thing, because I had this like Papa's never done anything like this before. Papa's never killed a thing like this.
Okay.
So she just...
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Do I need
Neither have we.
assistance?
Do you,
Like, can I walk? Or like,
Yeah,
is my
you can
neck
move,
like,
you can move just
am I
fine.
nearly headless Nick over here? Like,
Or-
what's-
I'll help you up, but you can
Can't
probably
really
walk.
see it. No, you're fine as far as moving on your own. It's for those who saw the wound. It's kind of like crazy that you can move or do anything, but you feel pretty good. Like that bandage has been really well applied. You know, you have those little like
100 times.
He kind of like sewed. He gave you stitches to stitch that hole in your throat back up. I mean, really, the only thing that's annoying you is you just have this hoarse voice and you can barely speak. Yeah,
That's right. Let's follow her.
What's the biggest bone in the pile? Is there like a massive bone in the pile?
There's really no bones bigger than what you'd consider an average to tallish human.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, give me the rope. I'm gonna go. Give me the rope.
Yeah, me too.
All right. So you grab the rope, pop, you sit in the chair, and the second you sit in the chair and you're tense, right, holding this rope, nothing happens. Nothing happens. It's kind of weird, kind of looking around, and for you, the second you kind of like are like, oh, maybe I should stand up, and you like kind of rebalance your weight, and you go flying out.
Wow!
Just is severed at like maybe the 10-foot mark. So you're just holding this rope that's 10 feet long, sliding down this chute.
All right, I'll go ahead and untie that. That didn't work. Dang it.
All right, I don't think we have an option but to follow. Let's
I
all go.
agree.
Nice.
Do we want to do anything with these altars first, or just forego it? I mean, this is the way out of the room, it seems.
I'd say test it out, but we probably should follow Cornelia and Pup.
Yeah, better to not let the group get
I'll walk
separated.
and sit on the chair.
Okay. And same thing. It's like you sit there, you're anticipating this, and your heart is beating. It's like a roller coaster. It goes all the way to the top, and you're looking down, and then it just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. And the second you're like, huh, my throat, shoo, down, and it just shoves you in.
Who's next?
Did any of you ever see that Japanese prank video where the guys are on the sauna?
Exactly what I'm thinking. Naked.
Yeah, one of them just flips him out on the ski slope, but the other one like slowly turns and it's got skis on it, and then the door opens and it shoots them down the mountain on the throne, put in naked on skis is amazing. Neither here nor there.
Yes,
like that.
Who's next?
I'll go for it. I'll hop on.
Same thing. Shunk, shunk.
See you later.
I'll go last. But yeah.
You guys have it's the two of you and Fitz.
Don't forget Fitz.
I'll hold when I go. I'll hold Fitz in my lap like a child.
Yeah.
You know, a water slide.
Yeah. Yeah.
Water slide.
Watch out.
Rezik, you going down?
Yeah, I'll go down. I was gonna look back at Eva and just say, I guess if you want, you can follow.
Where are we going?
We're gonna go save some friends.
Save them from what?
It's gonna be dangerous. I'm not quite sure yet, but something probably horrible.
Dangerous? I don't know if I want to go to something dangerous.
Okay, well then you can stay here if you want, but I will.
No, I don't want to go. Fine.
All right, well.
Hops up on your lap, and then you two, just like what's gonna happen to Fitz, adult slide together back up. Dresden, you follow suit with the injured Fitz.
I support it. I support his head.
Yeah. And then shoo down.
Did you bring the arm?
Arm. Yeah. No.
Just curiosity. No, guess not.
There is no arm left.
Arm is like not discernible anymore.
Viscera.
Meat grindered.
Yeah, it got what are those tree machines that just take out
Woodcuttered.
Wood
chopper?
Yeah.
Chipper?
Wood chopper. Wood chipper.
It got wood
Chipper, chopper,
chopper.
chopper,
Yeah, chippy choppied.
Yeah.
Chopper, choppy.
So yeah, you guys, one by one, just kind of fall, shoot. You guys just slide and come to a very smooth, comfortable stop. one after another.
When they get to the other side, I'm gonna be hiding and like spook them really quick.
Okay. Yeah. So actually, this room is actually pitch dark, except for like a small door that's maybe only 5 feet tall, to the north, and there's like a few lights. It's a dim hall, but you're in like just a small box room with no light in it right now. So Cornelia, you could probably easily hide.
Well, I do that.
Who is second?
Me.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
Dark vision?
Nope.
Nope. So give me a disadvantage perception check. Cornelia, give me a stealth.
13.
It's a very happy prank.
Okay.
Oh, 13 as well.
13 and 13?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
James' brain just.
Yeah.
Oh, with advantage? I'm sorry, you said with advantage.
No. I gave her disadvantage because she was. So yeah, it's one of those things where you go to scare somebody and they turn around and you're like face to face, and you're just like, ha.
Hello, I'm glad you made it.
You trying to scare me?
I was gonna give you
Can we
my
scare the other ones together too?
Yes!
Okay.
Both you guys hide. Give me stealth checks. Who's coming next?
I was after that.
Okay, give me a. You have dark vision though, so give me a perception check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 as well.
Come on. Hey, babe. I got a natural 1, so.
Oh, yeah.
Distracted by dying.
Describe what happens.
Would it be like creeping on her little ankles and feet in the dark?
God damn it.
Scream and never speak again.
All right. Yeah, you just feel these worm-like cold appendages just start withering quickly, right
I
on
just
your.
want to make like I want to make like a really deep rumbling growl.
And then you hear this deep, guttural growl coming from the darkness, and then you flip around and you see Cornelia literally like laying flat, going like this onto your feet, and then Pup just right behind her.
Hello.
Got you. Want to help us scare the rest of them?
I'm just gonna go sit in a corner. There's been a lot of trauma in the last 2 minutes for me, so I'm gonna take a breather. And I can't talk, so I would yell at them, but I don't want to damage my voice further. My instrument.
Right. Who's next?
I'm next.
Kelwise, give me a disadvantaged perception check, and you guys give me some stealth.
17.
Yeah, I got a 17 as well.
Oh, 13.
13? All right, so yeah, so Kelwise pops out and he just kind of goes chunk, and he's staring straight at you guys. You're like,
hello.
Oh, you're still alive.
And you really only see the outlines of them. It's pretty clear with the wolf ears that it's them, but you really only see the outline from that really dim light coming from the other room. All right, Kelwai, Rezik, you come sliding out, and
how long is the slide?
You hear wee, this is fun.
Yeah.
It's only a couple seconds. Pup, you hear that too? That just
the wee.
They pop out.
I was gonna say like on the way down, just because I can't help it, because I just like feel this connection with her right now, and I'll like, kind of make like swirling like like ambers kind of flying in the air and like little fireworks spinning and stuff to kind of like make it even more fun for her. I can't help it right now. I have to do it.
I love
go puke rainbows.
I want you to be a dad so bad someday.
Well, it's been a long time since I was able to be a brother to somebody, so it feels nice for a second.
Yeah, you guys just see this laser light show going off as this next so I don't know if you know what to make of it, but it goes and slides and there's just lights flickering out. What was your stealth checks?
And I'm just like I'm like laughing with Eva as we like land.
8.
Distract by this kid.
24. Give me a perception check with disadvantage. You don't have light, do you? Low light? No, you don't. You're human.
I got disadvantage.
Yeah.
So that would be a 4.
A 4. Oh yeah.
It's like
I'm still stealthier.
You. So, Kelwise, you plop down to the ground and you're making all these things, and Eva's enjoying them. And then Eva kind of whispers in your ear, Pup, you'd hear this too, and she says, I think the empty one is behind you. Why is she
empty one?
Yeah. And she points to Pup.
Where?
Right there. And she points to Pup.
Did they scare us, or did they, or?
That's
because I rolled low. Did they,
that's what I say. I mean, I'm too taken aback by.
Yeah.
Why am I empty?
I don't know. You're just empty. And
What's
she kind of like looks straight at like where your heart would be. She's just looking straight at you. She's like, I don't know. You're just not filled up.
Can't be right. Pup is one of the most lively people I know. I mean, she's definitely not empty.
Are you empty?
I don't know. No, I'm not empty. See?
Oh.
And she kind of just goes like this. And nothing happens. You can't see anything.
I can't tell. Can you teach me how to tell?
You can't see it?
No. You
Resident,
can?
See it?
What do you see? Can you see it?
Is this a thing that like Eva used to say to me, or is this like just a brand new thing that I'm totally unaware of?
Yeah. You really don't know what she's talking about.
No, I'm sorry, darling. I don't see anything. Where's Dresden?
Shoot! Dresden pops out.
You doing okay?
Great. I just went down a slide with an incapacitated child that has one arm missing.
Right, we are in hell. I forgot for a second. Let's.
What did you guys find down
forward.
here? Any secrets in this chamber?
Oh, I'm empty.
No, don't. That's you're fine. Don't,
You and me
don't worry
both.
about it.
What do we got?
Well, we haven't taken a look around yet, so I guess it's time for
hands
that.
over my shoulder. Yeah, when you enter a room, look around. We could be surrounded right now, and you wouldn't even know it. I can't see anything.
Well-
Someone light a torch.
Oh yeah. I'll
Seriously,
light
what are
my
you guys
torch.
doing?
I have a torch still. I'll light my torch.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just presto it.
Okay,
Light it
torch
up.
lights. You guys, yeah, and you see that this is just a perfectly square room. There's that slide that you guys came down, and then there's just this small 5 by 5 foot door in the wall.
Which wall?
In the north wall.
Oh, great.
Will we just go through the door?
There's nothing to look at? Any drawers, chests, trap walls, doors?
Does the
Is there any level 2s in this room? Nothing? I'm just kidding. Roll an investigation check.
Me?
No, I'm just teasing you. I'm sorry.
Wait, what are we doing?
Mean.
She's gonna roll an investigation. She's just looking for like secret doors.
You said there's light coming through the door, so the door is open. It's not a physical door.
Doorway, yeah, doorway.
Doorway.
I rolled a 21.
A 21. Yeah, you kind of meticulously search these rocks for cracks or any wind patterns and anything that could give away kind of like a secret entrance or such. And nothing seems to be this room just seems to be a perfectly square box.
Okay.
We move on.
Judging by the last, I don't know how many rooms, this is probably a death trap. So, how are we going to navigate it without just wandering in and dying?
I'll go check. And I go check.
No.
Stick your head to the door, and you see this huge space, and it looks very ornate. There's these tall windows that are dark, but they have all these different colors, thousands of different colors and different murals in them. And you see these long rows of benches that lead up to this altar at the front of the long room. And you see this another throne at the end of this room with a being sitting atop it like this. And you see like maybe half dozen humanoids, people, just kind of walking up and down these, you could call them pews.
Excuse me, are you nice? Because the last one wasn't very nice.
And you see this creature has its eyes closed, and then one eye just barely opens up, and you see this yellow, almost as the faint, purplish hue to this eyeball just kind of open up, and you hear, "Oh, hello!" And this thing kind of stands up, and its bones just kind of feel rickety, and then it kind of just... Do come in. Oh, it's been so long since I've had anyone come to visit me.
Who are you?
Does the slide look like you can walk back up it?
And he stands up, and you see his whole body from head to toe is just wrapped in these grayish brown stained bandages, and just like eyes. His eyes are out, and you see tufts of patchy hair kind of sticking out, but his whole body, individual fingers are wrapped up. Very mummy-esque, but he kind of stands up, and then you hear just cracking. He's just...
Is that good for you?
Oh yes, it helps so much. I just feel so much more limber than I used to be. You have to do your stretches.
Oh.
And he kind of just stands up off his throne. And you can see is like made out of like what looks like bones. It's like this ivory. It's not quite like the human bones from the last room. It's like big pieces of ivory, maybe made out of like a tusk or something. It's hard to tell because it's been just eroded. And you look on the walls, and there are hundreds and hundreds of paintings that look like they were drawn by like first graders, and they're all kind of just these terrible drawings on these huge canvases, all of this being who's wrapped up. It's just like people who scribbled to make like it's like little kid drawings, but in these huge
Rez offended
all over, and it's just
I whispered to Rez, "Hey, what do you think of that art?"
And it's just all pictures of him.
We'll
this
talk.
Guy.
I don't want to offend the master of the house
over,
here.
And his one eye is closed, and one eye is kind of just like...
I copy him.
Towards you, and he goes, "Oh, I can't see very well. Excuse me." And he walks over, and you notice for the first time, there's about 30 bodies just laying across these pews. And you notice those people that were walking back and forth have damp towels, and they're just dabbing the foreheads of these people. And they all seem to be perfectly asleep. He walks up to one of these beings, and you see his hand kind of reach out, and you just hear just this rustling sound of flesh, and you hear just this, and he pulls something out, shoves it into this socket, and then opens his eye, and this eyeball just starts flipping around like mad in his head until finally right at you. And he's like, Oh, that's much better. Oh, please do come in. Come in. Where are my manners? Jacob, and he just reaches out and shoves one of these caretakers. Do get us some tea. And Jacob kind of just goes flung to the ground. His bucket of water splashes everywhere, and he just slowly gets up and then walks over to a corner and just starts starts preparing tea. And then he kind of sits down right in the middle of this long pathway in between the pews, and he invites you with his hands.
You got an extra arm in there?
An extra arm? Ooh, yes, it does look like he needs an arm. Oh, dear me.
Everybody.
And I need it inside because I'm empty. I walk in.
You're empty. And he kind of looks at you. You see that eyeball he put in his head. It's got this really yellowish, almost green hue to it. And he pulls out this pipe. And he takes a big hit of this pipe, and then you just see this purple start to glow from his eyes, and this purple steam start to come out of all different orifices of these bandages. And then he looks at you quite deeply. Yes. Huh. How much would you ask for your body? You're quite rare. Very interesting and empty indeed. Where did you come from?
I don't know.
And he just gets really close.
All right, I think that's close enough. She's not for sale. We've come here on a mission. Do you want to hear what we have to say or not?
Oh, yes, please. I've been doing all the talking.
Wait, who are you? Wait, what's your name?
Oh, little old me. Oh, you would ask. You're so nice. They call me. And he stands, and you see for the first time, this guy might be like 9 feet tall. He's just huge but lanky, and he carries himself in such a strange manner, and it's hard to tell, but just this big flourishing bow. And you notice one of his arms is kind of short, and it tucks in, and one of his arms is super long, and it tucks out. He bows and says, "They call me the bourgeois. Welcome, welcome to my home. I hope you have a good time. I know I'm having a ball."
Well, I will say I'm very impressed by your maze. Although I don't like the morbid memory tomfoolery you're putting on me specifically, but definitely a good deterrent. I appreciate your abilities.
And he kind of leans in and looks straight at Ava. "Hello." And she immediately kind of just recoils right behind you. And she just, oh, she's very shy. Where did you find her?
Oh, well, in your dungeon, of course. You placed her there for me, specifically, I assume.
Me? No.
She was with the people that looked like this.
And then I turn into the faceless creature.
Oh, you're so fascinating. Look at you. You're empty, so you can fill with anything and anyone. I see. Very, very interesting. You see,
I'm just gonna look for exits in this room.
Yeah.
Just a
the only way in is through that back door, and then you see just past the altar on the right-hand side, there's like a small wooden door. It's very nondescript. It's very basic, but you do see a doorway in the back corner near where that attendant is making tea for everyone.
Noted.
Well, what can I do for all of you?
Well, Dresden, do you want to tell this gentleman our business, and then we can be on our way?
At this point, I'm not even sure what our business down here is.
Well, we heard... Go ahead, Kelowise, I'm sorry.
We were sent here to find you, not knowing whether or not you existed at all.
Oh,
but yeah, to find you.
That's quite the faith you had.
Call it blind faith.
You met my friend Keith in bulk, I assume?
We did. She led us down into this dreary, damp cave full of death.
Oh, well, that was very nice of her. She must really like you. She usually doesn't invite people to come to our home.
Maybe just one of us.
She only really likes trust.
Yes, I can definitely see why.
Why?
Cut of the same tilth, if you catch my meaning.
You're also a tiefling.
Me? No. A tiefling? Close, but a little off the mark. But that's not why you came here, is it?
Well, we came here because we heard that the bourgeois, as you call yourself, might be able to help us in saving some friends from the pit.
The pit? And you just see he takes a hit of his pipe, and that purple just tinges with a little bit of red as he just laughs to himself, and then it just snaps out, and he's just like, "You're looking to take out the pit? Do you know what's in the pit?"
Our friends, for one.
My family?
We know it's
Well, that's too bad. Yes, many families are in the pit, but do you know what's actually in the pit?
Why don't you enlighten us?
He kind of pulls out this giant orb, crystal orb, and it looks more like a bubble than an orb. And he says, "Look into here and tell me what you see." Who's looking into the bubble?
One of us.
I'm
all of you
looking.
can. Anyone can look. I just need to know who's looking.
I'm gonna look.
Pup, you're gonna look?
Shiny.
Yeah. Is anyone else?
Regardless of anyone else, is supposed to be the one Pup looks.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I tell if this bourgeois is a mage of some kind?
Give me a Arcana check. But yes. All right. So
Can I see what his intentions are?
But I won't be able to tell anyone about it.
Can I see if like his intentions are malicious, like his attitude?
Yeah. You can try and do an insight. I guess.
Went over this. You have to scream insight check.
That was a 13.
Oh, 13?
Yeah.
Almost certainly there is a myriad of strange arcane things going on here. Nothing of which you've ever heard of or thought possible. I mean, just alone him, what you can assume, just plucking an eye out of someone and putting it in your head, you've never heard of something like that, right? Not even like clerical mages could match up, you know. You in the commission you had a few mages who were blessed with like healing magics and such, and not even they could do something weird like that. You assume it's probably some sort of necrotic magic that's just like stealing limbs, and I mean, you look at him, and the more you look at him, you're like, you are just a Frankenstein of different people's parts.
Okay,
All
so
wrapped up
seeing all of this, knowing that he's probably some kind of wizard or spellcaster that uses necromancy, I'm gonna go ahead and pull Pup back and just say, well, and unless she doesn't want me to do it, I can do like a check to see if I'm able to do it or not.
Well, before that, my insight was 21.
21. Yeah. You definitely are getting danger vibes from this guy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not hard to tell why. I mean, this guy is so weird. He's got just bodies laying in pews in basically a church, covered in paintings by what you can assume are what Rezik can assume are children's drawings on the walls. He's got different people's body parts. He's just steam's coming out of him. Like your fur is your proverbial fur is standing on it.
Okay.
Yeah, it definitely like.
So I'll try to pull Pup back if possible.
Yeah, and I'll follow.
All right, so you pull him back.
We've already
given that insight.
We've already been through your trials. This wouldn't happen to be another test, would it?
A test? No. I just used that to keep the riffraff out. Those who are of no use to me, and I am of no use to them.
In that case, Pup.
No harm will befall you in here, and you can trust me, because I won't lie to you if you won't lie to me.
Well, I can guarantee I won't be lying to you. Pup, let me be the one that saves you this time. And I walk up and I look into the thing.
All right. You look into this orb and you see a reflection of Eva behind you. And you're just staring at the outside reflection of this glass bubble of sorts, and you just watch her walking around the room, and suddenly you realize she's not walking around the room. She's in some kind of crowd, and you hear her calling your name, and she's just in a crowd looking around, and you can feel that she's scared. You can feel that she's lost. She's looking for somebody or something, and you're with her for hours, and she wanders into what you recognize as the raven's nest, and she's just looking around at all these scary faces of people walking by, drunks shoving her out of the way, orphans just kind of staring from the safety of their little nooks. And she kind of walks to this corner of a house, and she kind of just huddles up, and as that's happening, you feel the ground beneath you kind of shake a little bit, and she slips and she falls deeper, and splash. She looks up, and there's just this tiny ray of moonlight. She looks around, and she's in what looks like the culverts, just alone. Back, darkness behind her, darkness in front of her, and she just kind of sits by herself, huddled up. And she sits, and slowly and you see the daylight come, and she yells up, and then the moon comes out, and then the daylight comes up, and then the moon comes out, and she just kind of slowly leans over onto one of the walls and goes to sleep. And then she wakes up, and you're right in front of her in the room that you saw her in. And she just, overjoyed, runs over to you, and as she's about to grab you, poof, the room disappears. And then you see her just kind of walking back in the room that you're in.
Well, my entire body is trembling. I pull away, and I say, I thought you weren't going to lie to me. This is not the pit. What are you showing me?
Well, I'm not showing you anything. You look in here, and this shows you what's in your heart. What you truly, truly desire. That's what it shows you. I can help you with the pit, but I have to know who I'm working with. Of course I do. You trust me with your secrets, and I shall trust you with mine. And believe me, I have lots and lots of secrets. Anybody else? Then he kind of holds this crystal ball out to everyone.
I turn to them and I say what I saw, and I say, I think if one of you truly cares for someone that's lost, maybe Kelwise or Pup, then you should look in there, and it will show you where they are right now. I think.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'll be fine, Dresden. Thank you.
And I go over and I nuzzle into him.
Okay. Yeah.
Cinderez.
I'll glance
And I'm
into the orb.
Ooh, another brave one. Oh, you're rather short, aren't you? I was short once for a time, and then I grew tall, and then I was short again for a very brief time. It's pretty fun. And he kind of pulls this thing up, and you look at it as you're having this conversation, and you don't even realize that you're not there anymore. In fact, you look down at your hands, and they have these red calluses on them. And you hear in the background clink, 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 and you look around and you see just this dark room, and there's about a dozen people in a long line, all chained by the feet with pickaxes, just clink, clink. And then you look at these hands, and you recognize these hands, this body, this form. It seems familiar, and you realize it's Ander, your brother, and he's just chained, and his hands are like the color. These calluses are thick, but they're also rubbed raw. It's like the color of like raw tuna fish. That's the closest thing you can. And he's just beating away, and you feel tired, more tired than you've ever been in your life. Just this incredible weight, and you look behind you for just a second as you hear and someone screams out, and you see an Ashen Rider with a whip just mercilessly beating somebody in their line, just beating them. And quickly his head snaps back, and he just double times just starts beating away, and the tiredness that's in his bones, that's in his eyes, that's in his breath at this point, he just pushes through it. And suddenly you hear something. It's like this breeze, it's maybe like a seagull, and you just look up, and this giant flood of water just rushes into the room and sweeps you away. And as you swim up to the top of this, you emerge out of this ocean of water, and there's a small boat right in front of you, and you jump onto the boat, and you look up, and it's a sunny day, and there's 2 fishing poles on the sides of the boat, and you notice one is yours and one is your brother's, and you just kind of sit on the back of the boat, and there's no land anywhere. You just sit there, and you notice Ander's fishing pole is just ever so slightly calling out to you, just calling out to you, and you can't reach it. You know, it's like you want to reach out for it, but you're just sitting there, and you just stare, and you watch it, and you notice you're there for hours, literally hours, just watching this fishing pole bob in the water, calling out to you, before you blink and you're back, and you feel like you've been gone for hours and hours and hours, and to everyone else it was maybe a matter of seconds.
And I just exasperated go, Ander, where are you? And realize that I'm back in the room, and I can't save him.
Ander, is this someone close to you?
It's my brother. He was abducted by the Ashen Riders and taken to the pit.
Those Ashen Riders, they're quite mean, aren't they? Always taking people. Well, you know, I might be able to help you, but I fear you still don't know what you're in for. It's tough because I really like the lot of you, but I feel like I'd be sending you to certain doom. Oh no! It's so sad.
Why would it be doom? What's in it?
Well, I need someone's heart who could actually take the terrors that I find there. Oh dear. And he looks at you, Cornelia. You look quite feverish. Are you okay? And you see just like, and for the first time you guys kind of look at her, and you notice there's some big bags under her eyes. There's a little sweat on her brow. She doesn't look good. And as you look into his eyes, you almost fade away, Cornelia, as he's talking to you. And what's interesting, like, you see Myrtle, and there's nothing else. It's just you and Myrtle, your best friend that you grew up with, that you have so many memories with, who's in that cage that left you. But you see her from behind. You can't see her face, but you know what she looks like. You've been her best friend, and you do hear this ever so slight clink, 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 way off, in some kind of distant cavern, echoing through. And you slowly walk around, and you know it's her, but then you see her face, and there's just that blank slate that pup kind of transformed into, and you're just staring at it, and it's creepy and it's freaking you out, but like you do see some sort of calm, some neutral. You're not sensing shit. She's afraid, but she's not happy. She's not angry. And from the angle, you see this figure, just like almost like a floating cloak with two red eyes. And as it looks around the room, you see that cloak itself is made out of what looks like the reflection of the stars on an ocean. It's like the waves are just rippling in the cloth itself, as it's just this pure reflection. There's no outline, there's no light. It's being just sucked into this thing. And Myrtle, you notice she's holding this purple hexagonal stone, and it's just glowing ever so brightly in that same hue that's surrounding the bourgeois. And she walks up, she hands him that stone, and he takes it, and he seems to just breathe this light in, and he breathes for what seems like a minute. He's just inhaling, and then the glow leaves the stone, and he drops it. And as he looks up, those red eyes turn pure purple. And the second that happens, he looks straight at you. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Saving throw 12.
A 12. You feel this hand jolt you really hard on the shoulder, and you come to, and you see the bourgeois, very concerned looking, almost looking at you, and he says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know he was there with your friend. Ooh, I would never have sent you in there if I'd known. Are you okay? Who was that?" And it's weird, but you saw your friend. You know that it was your friend, but you can't remember the name of this friend that you just saw. You just knew it. It's right there in the top of your head. Who was it? Maybe it started with an N, an M. You don't quite remember. And it was your friend who you did that thing with when you were growing up at some age, at some time in your life. You don't quite remember, because it's like there's just this hole where a friend used to be. And you're not sad, because you didn't know who this person was, right? Like, it was just a person in your life that you used to remember, but they're gone now. And he just kind of looks at you and says, oh dear, it looks like he's done it to you too. Well, that's what I was afraid of. I didn't think you'd meet so soon. But, well, the pit is not what it seems, as our young friend here has found out. The pit is not mine. The pit is a feeding ground for hoaxes. Oh, Hoaxes. And you see his eyes just start burning red. And then they go back to that purple. We once had an encounter before. You see, I once had a family. I think I had a family at least. Oh, the memories still make me happy, though I don't quite remember them. I think it was 2 boys, maybe 3, and a wife. I assume she was lovely, though I don't remember who she is. Because, of hoaxes. Oh, the dream demon. You see, he steals our memories. He feeds on them. And that is how he survives, and he grows stronger with each memory he takes. And it seems he just took one of yours. So, we might be able to reach some sort of accord. It seems I would like to get my memories back, and so would you. Well, getting your friends back too. For now, it seems like the enemy of my enemy. And you furry one, you must tell me about yourself. You're so interesting. You're so wonderfully empty, like a shell made of clay.
No, I'm made of pup.
You're made of pup?
Yeah.
God, she's funny too. Or he. Or it. Or they.
Yeah. What?
Yes. I have so many questions. So many questions. Well, would any of you like to share your secrets with me so I can share my secrets with you?
I think you already know. I think you already know some of our secrets, don't you?
I know some of your secrets, so I can help.
I just want to be able to talk.
You.
I look over at... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I can't. Like, I literally, like, I just can't. I'm like...
Well, I just see Trust struggling, and I just say... What?
Well, how about this? As a show of good faith, I shall use the power vested in me to help you. I can give this poor boy his arm back, or take the disease that is now flowing through your body, and he touches you, Cornelia, or give a voice back to this young, poor tiefling who has been wronged.
So you can help with all the things that you are responsible for.
That I am responsible for?
Yes, these are all things that happened because of you.
Did I ask you to come to me? No, you came here on your own. Nobody forced you down here.
If you can heal all of us, why can't you heal all of us?
I could heal all of you. I could give all my money away. I could set the whole town on fire. There's many things I could do.
If you heal everybody, I can look into the thingy.
You can look into the thingy if you'd wish, but...
Don't you want me to look into the thingy?
I will not give away all I have for free.
I'm gonna like push at Cornelia. Like, the disease is worse. I'll get my voice back eventually.
No, I agree, but my question to you, Bourgeois, is we want to understand the payment you're asking for. I've already given you a pretty big chunk of a secret that I had. What do I get from that?
Well, I'll help you get your friends back if you help me get my memories back. How about you give me something and I give you something? An even trade.
Like
I am
what?
a broker of sorts. I deal in information. I don't know. Do you have anything that I want? No. Well, then why should I give you anything? It's your
There's
friend.
a sex cult in town.
Bourgeois, we worked very hard to see you and gain your help. I would think the work we put in to see you should be good enough to earn something from you.
That you came to see me. You come knocking on my door expecting favors? You are very presumptuous, my young boy. But very cute, though.
Well,
I can tell
excuse
you
me, I'm
care very much for your friends.
not usually this emotional, but it's been a day. All right, you want information. What can we give? What can we give this gentleman? I don't know what
He
kind of
wants our
information he
secrets.
wants.
He wants power over us. And I don't think we're in a position that we can deny him. But he's willing to give us agency, the ability to go into the pit and get our friends back. If we get his memories.
Okay.
Seems like
Okay.
a fair deal. Other than, what are you going to do with these memories, this insight into us? Is that something you keep and hold? Is that something you'll lord over us?
Your heart, dear to my heart, as I said, you will not be harmed. And I can tell you the truth. It's just, we call it insurance in the business that I work in.
And what I'm asking is,
Cloak and daggers and such. Look, as long as we work together, you have no fear.
and if we give you your memories back, what happens to that insurance?
The insurance? Well, look, I have nothing against you. And if we work together, well, I might even call you friends. Why would I have to hurt my friends?
See, the problem is I'm not exactly looking for friends.
Oh, that I can tell.
We get you your memories back, and you relinquish any hold on ours.
That seems fair.
Put my hand
That
on the
is-
thing.
All right. So
This doesn't seem like a very balanced deal, Dresden. We're going to help
just
him
look
to
like-
get back the memories we're going to give to him.
And we're going to get our friends back from the pit and get out of here. I don't know if you've noticed,
but
we don't have.
But what is he offering to help us get our friends back? I don't understand the deal we're making here.
He has information on the pit. It's my understanding, at least. And I look at
Is
him.
that correct?
You telling him to me?
Yeah, tall one.
Oh, you kind of look at him and he's like, I have information about so many things. In fact, you might even call me an information broker. I deal in information. Information is my speciality.
Yeah.
All right, you touch it, and you just touch it, and you close your eyes, and Dresden, you see a man, maybe late 20s, early 30s, tired man, very, very tired, and he's sleeping, and even while he's asleep, he looks tired. His breath feels tired, and he's on this decorated crow stone table with runes and gold and gems all around it. And he's just breathing ever so shallowly. And he's got this real dark olive skin and long curled hair. And he's in these robes. And these robes are made of what looks like weaved platinum silk with gold on the outside. And you look, and he's also got this crown on his head, this golden crown with interweaving iron brackets. And at the edges of the table, you see what looks like a ring of salt all the way around him. And then you see another ring just outside of that, and you start to hear these voices just humming ever so slightly. It's one voice, then two, then many, and you just hear this. and you kind of see these dark shrouded figures, heads down, bowed, just chanting. And then you see in the salt, there's these runes. In between each ring, there's these very, very specific arcane runes that you've seen, maybe Rezik playing with before, but not on this scale. These runes are incredibly intricate all the way around. And then you hear the voice of someone talking down the hall, and it's familiar. It's a voice you've heard before. You can't make it out, and you can't make it out. And then you realize it's the general, the commission general, the Grand Viceroy Prime Sentinel, Jonathan Githrin. This older man who you just revere as being, he was a nothing, a commoner, a non-noble who rose to be the most powerful man in Capital City. Basically, number 2, ruling right behind Elazar the Deathless. You see him way down the hall talking to another man in a robe, and you can't really make out what they're saying, but you see these people chanting ever so slightly, and you just feel this pressure coming from these people chanting, this pressure in this room. It's this like thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds of what feels like air. And then you look, and all of a sudden you see yourself on that table in those clothes with that crown, and you feel that pressure, and it's crushing, and the breathing gets harder and harder and harder and harder, and just before you pass out, you're back in the room with the bourgeois.
You said
staring at you.
You said you wouldn't lie to us in this room. Will that lie to us?
This won't lie. It's only a reflection of what's in your heart. Though I don't quite understand. You're so interesting and ravishly dark and mysterious.
I just take a step back. Hey, I just want to look at one of those bodies on the pews. Are they alive? What are they?
Well, you could say they're alive from a certain point of view. You see, I have paid them for their flesh. I have given their families security and all, and I have given them peace. You see, he touches man, and you can see there's just blood dripping from one of his eyes, and this is the man he just took the eye from. And there's just open socket. Riddled with tumors, terribly painful, was dying. And I gave him peace and respite, and I gave his family enough to live on in his absence, and in turn, he has given me the gift of sight.
What happened to his soul?
His soul?
His essence.
A man like you believes in souls, I'm surprised.
Didn't say that.
His soul, as you say it, is at rest. Here. In the ward, my sanctuary.
Just back up.
And you kind of look around and you see like everybody there looks rough. Like all the people sleeping, like they look jaundiced. They look old. A lot of them are older. Some of them look young, but like maybe deformed or something. Or some of them have wounds. So it looks like just everybody in here has been, put to sleep with, reason, kind of put out of their misery.
Fair enough.
Well, I'm not going to ask you to do it, but Trust, Pup, it sounds like you need to give them some kind of secret. Is it kind of deal you want to make?
He hasn't explained what he's doing with this information, right? He just said he wants it.
He's going to give us information, apparently.
He's going to trade information for information.
All right. Well, I want to ask him. I will try to ask him. What on a scale of like 1 to 10? What's my speaking ability at?
Yeah, I mean, you still have you have a hoarse voice. You can't sing anymore. It seems like your song has been stolen from you, but not quite your ability to communicate.
Right.
orally.
But I mean, it's a fresh wound. There's healing to be done. Okay. So then I'll just be like,
What are you doing with our memories? What do they do for you?
Oh, I just keep them close to my heart to remember you by. It links us. It means we're in this together. It shows me that you trust me. You don't trust me?
Don't talk to me about trust.
and then I'll put my hand on the thing.
All right. Yeah. Boom. You're on a horse. You're on a horse racing up the coast, and you look to your right. You see this young, hardened, familiar person, and he's older than you remember. But there's Pick in these dark gray leathers, with a short sword and a bow, riding in another line of Ashen Riders. And he runs up and surrounds a group of what look like refugees, poor people. And he jumps off his horse and he quickly, with the group, runs over, pushes them all to the ground and starts shackling their hands behind their back. And he kind of lifts one up violently and starts shoving them in the direction that they were going and ties them to the horse. And he kind of jumps back on his horse, and this group starts leading these people, now in chains, across the desert pretty quickly, and they're just getting pulled and dragged across this sand. And you notice one of the people that they knocked over is a halfling, and the halfling can't quite keep up. His legs just aren't long enough, and he falls over to the sand. And for just a moment, he's just getting dragged along the sand. And you hear them laughing, and they start spitting at him, telling him to get up. And Pick kind of laughs and giggles along with them as they're riding. And then he jumps off the horse, walks over and lifts this guy up, jumps back on his horse, and just slowly makes a slightly slower pace. And he keeps walking, and you notice someone, you notice someone else is on a horse next to him. Not an Ashen Rider though. It's weird. He's almost like the coast is covered in something hot. There's heat. There's flame. And you blink a couple times and you look back, and all of the Ashen Riders now are just these shadows. These dark shadows looking at you. And you notice there's a candle on the beach, and you kind of walk over to the candle. You get off your horse and you walk over to this candle, and backlit in the candle, you see these wings, these bat wings, kind of up and down slowly.
Freaking bats!
These two horns. Very, very similar to horns, with these wings behind it. Just ever so softly flapping. And then you see this smile, these lips and a smile, and these wings, and nothing else. And suddenly you feel the touch of lips against your cheek. But it's weird because you feel a cheek on your lips, as if you're kissing yourself. And as you kiss this person who's almost yourself, you feel like you're sucking life, you're sucking energy, and you just feel the thing in front of your mouth just wither and wither and wither and wither. And you feel your throat just start to heal and feel clean, and you suck just what you can only describe as pure life out of this creature, and you come to, and you feel your neck still has that wound, but you feel this new sensation, this power inside of you that you kind of maybe already knew. this sense that eyes are just drawn to you. People are drawn to you, and you can feel their energy, and you can make their energy your energy. And it's this weird dark side to the back of your mind that you've kind of always felt was there, but never tapped into. And you just kind of sit, and the bourgeois looks at you. These are some tasty secrets. You are all so dreadfully interesting. To think Kathenbolg would find another. Huh. This is a positively wonderful occasion. Yes?
What's a secret?
A secret?
You guys keep saying it, and I don't know what it means, and you guys just keep saying it over and over again.
Well, a secret is something that you hold close to your heart and you don't tell anyone else. For the fear of damaging your own heart and the things people could do to your heart if they knew such secrets.
I don't know.
Yeah. Melissa? Sorry.
Did he already just looked at me and took a secret or memory from me, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes. In fact, you can't even remember the secret that he took from you.
Yeah. Cool.
Sorry. Pup, what were you saying?
No, that was it. That.
I don't know what that is. Okay. But it's my turn to give you something? But I don't know what it is. How do I know if I'm giving it to you?
Well, we'll find out, won't we? It'll be very, very exciting.
Okay. And I
you look, you touch it, and it's dark. You just see vast darkness until you hear this man's voice. Look at it. It's so shivering. And you see this eagle-adorned helmet, just shiny eagle-adorned helmet, and this greasy hair, and this man who looks very familiar. And you realize it's Calic. And he's got this torch in his hand, and he's hitting this torch onto something. It's metal, maybe a cage, and sparks are flying, and you just feel something trembling, and when you look inside, your friend, that young wolf pup, is in this cage, and he is just dragging the edge of his torch on this cage, and ashes is falling, and he's just scampering back into the edge of the cage, and Calic's just laughing, and just does it over and over and over again. And as that's happening, and you start feeling that rage, pure rage, that anyone would have the audacity to do that to your family, you see your own body start morphing into this wolf, and these fangs come out, and you're growling, and you're angry, and suddenly that man Calic is standing there, but he's faceless, and he's featureless, and you just see this humanoid in front of you that's staring right back at you, almost like a reflection, but you're a wolf, and you move your hand, and it moves its hand, and you see this empty vessel, and this vessel changes into 1,000 different forms, and you watch as a young kid runs by, and this young child, this human child, is anchored by his soul, his spirit, this thing inside him. His very essence is a human child, and you see that essence run by, and then you see a gnome, this older gnome woman walking, and her very essence is an old gnome woman, years and years of experience and all these memories, and you just see them inside of her, and then you look back at this mirror, and it's empty, and it takes all these different forms. Animals, it takes the form of a gnome, and then it takes the form of a faceless person, and then it takes the form of Trust, and then it takes the form of Rezik, and then it takes the form of Dresden, and then back into your own form, and it's just dreadfully empty in the fact that it's just not anchored. It doesn't have the essence of anything filling it. And as you kind of come to that realization that you just don't have a form and your being isn't anything, and you stand outside of all living things that are anchored by the essence of what they are, they always were and will always be, and you're just outside by yourself. You kind of come back and you're in the room just sitting there, and you just feel very, very lonely.
Pup
I
just
put my
falls silent and just starts crying, like silent, like just like frustrated tears.
I put an arm around her shoulder, or around Pup's shoulder, and I just try to comfort them.
Well, you have certainly given me a lot of information and secrets. I think it's only fair that I should help you now. The problem with the pit and hoaxes is he is quite powerful. As I said before, he is a dream scribe. He lives off the memories of others, and he grows more and more powerful, sucking the core from the earth, the beautiful, wonderful core. And he takes a hit of his pipe, and you see that purple. I mean, in the commission, you might have seen this stuff core, that hexagon chip that has this purple glow that you know is highly illegal, but it can give magicians wonderful, scary powers and make their magic just do things that it's not supposed to do, because it's just this weird essence and no one really knows what it is or why it is. But you see that this guy, the bourgeois, has clearly been sucking on this stuff for a long time. And what you know is some people get this sickness. It's like a drug. It can make you feel powerful, and it makes your aches go away, and it can make you, you can beat that mage who will always beat you, but it's super illegal because it just deteriorates your body. It's too much for any physical body to maintain, so it just eats away at you very, very, very quickly. And people who you've been like on the streets, like criminals and stuff, you'll see they're junkies, these core junkies, just get these, like, their veins turn purple. And this guy is like so far beyond anything you've ever seen before. And it's weird because you didn't clock it at first because he was weird, but yeah, you see it, like his body is just continually dying. It's dying and it's dying and it's dying. And even that eyeball that he took, you can tell isn't quite as ripe, maybe is the wrong word, but it's not there anymore. And you can see that this guy has been holding on for I don't know how long, but he imparts onto you this sense of loneliness. You guys see this guy's, there's like this empty idea of a family, and that was stolen from him, and his soul cannot rest till he gets these memories back. And you get the sense that he feels like if he could just get this memory back, he could let go. But he's holding on so unbelievably tight, taking body parts from everything and anything that would get in his way to keep himself on this plane. And this hatred that's like, it looks like a spark, but it's just a spark and an ember that's been burning for years, maybe even 100 years is there. And that's kind of, he shares his heart with you guys. And that's kind of what's fueling him. That is probably where we're going to leave it for tonight, and pick up again next week for the most happy game of D&D ever.
Heavy, dude.
Thank you, everyone. We went way longer than we were supposed to, but I thought it was worth it to keep going.
That was sweet.
Yeah.
That was really sweet.
No one's dead
I
yet.
got goosebumps.
Have a good night. Be safe. Go vote. Everyone go vote.
Happy Halloween.
Go vote.
Vote, vote, vote. Vote, vote, vote.
Bye. Good night.
Vote, vote, vote.